said that it's, that's him 100%. I mean, without me hearing his voice, I'm like, it's unconfirmed. But if you got friends that knew him and grew up with him saying it's confirmed, then I gotta say, hey, yeah, this is probably Bryan Kohberger. But I did send it into the FBI. I did clip that. I also went through 80,000 phone calls, found the number, sent it into the FBI as well, and they have that, and hopefully they get down to that information.
Good. Do you know that they are in receipt of it? Did they come back to you at all?
I know they have it. I've never got an email back yet.
He goes by T-REV, so we'll call him that as well. And he joins us now.
People get killed for other stupid choices. Standing up for the families that took a loss. This something that we find important. Rep game strong, chest up. Little homie, keep your head up. You can be whatever you want. Get rid of the fake and it will lead up. All my life I strive for greatness. I manifest in my time with patience. People try to copy us, but respect is earned. It's not an obligation. I love the fam and they love me back, and that's why I always have the backs. I give a voice to those people who were never given a chance for them slimy cats. When you come here, you ain't a number to me. I really take time to read what I see. Don't forget to lock your doors, cause there's danger all up in these streets. Y'all really put life into the air that I breathe. I really am thankful for all of my peeps.
He goes by T-REV, so we'll call him that as well. And he joins us now.
People get killed for other stupid choices. Standing up for the families that took a loss. This something that we find important.
Hold up, stand this.
Said that it's, that's him 100%. I mean, without me hearing his voice, I'm like, it's unconfirmed. But if you got friends that knew him and grew up with him saying it's confirmed, then I gotta say, hey, yeah, this is probably Bryan Kohberger. But
this is probably Bryan Kohberger. But I did send it to the FBI, and I did take 5 hours to go live. I had this sitting there and had you waiting for fucking 25 hours, and everybody probably fell asleep. What's going on, Todd? Welcome to the stream. Leisure in the building. I see allegedly LB in the building. Thank you guys. Welcome. I was hooking this up, getting everything right, getting the graphic up top right, getting things, messing with a few different things that I needed to fix, but we got it. Welcome to the stream though, first and foremost. And yesterday we really didn't. Can you let me know how we sound first? Can I get a sound check? Let me know how we're sounding. Hold up. Let me get this lighting right, too. I need a damn sound check, y'all. Marks, I appreciate you, Marks. 15 months. And you got a very familiar face, which, I know you've been here for a minute. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. You said it's perfect. Good. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Mirna on sending this over. Her and Brian working together and getting me this computer for streaming. Shout out to them. I appreciate y'all. They wanted me on that bad that they were willing to work together to give me a computer. Is crazy. That's the type of community we've built around here. I love that. We'll pick up one another. And I'm not just saying that because I got it. In general, if somebody needs a pickup, give them a hand. But shout out to y'all, man. And what the hell did I just press? The wrong button. That's for damn sure. Yeah, make sure you smash that like button as you come in, and let's make sure. I'm trying to get all these sounds right. You said thank you for helping. You're welcome. It's nice to see you, Todd. I'd love to hear how you feel current day, because if you think about it, the last time that I've talked to Coach Todd, right, I want to say that was about a year ago, and It's been a while. It's been a while, brother. But I hope you are doing well. I hope Xana's family is doing well. Because I do know you have that connection with them, and you talk to, I believe it's Jeff, right, and her sister, etc. Hopefully they're doing better and healing. But my speculation here is with these recent updates in the Idaho 4 case is that with it possibly prolonging the case and pushing it back even further, it's just more dread, more sorrow, more pain that the victims' families have to go through. Personal opinion, it's crazy. It's crazy. You said sounds good. I appreciate that. It's perfect. Do appreciate that. Thank you, Maria, for the 26 months. Damn, 26 months for real? It's real. It's like that? What? Hold on. Let me know if you hear
Allegedly.
this. Said allegedly. That's tripping. I don't got no soundboard no more. Like, what are we doing? I don't got no, oh my God.
If Diddy did diddle dudes, how many dudes did Diddy diddle?
That's what BK is gonna be having going on, right?
Fucking donkey.
That's what BK's cellmate saying. He's like, you fucking donkey. You said, where's your buddy Smoke? I don't know, man. You have to go ask that guy. That's not my buddy. So my buddy would be somebody I kick it with every day. I don't kick it. I kick it with I'd rather kick it with his ghost than kick it with him. Definitely triggers emotion. I figured, and when you sit back, you think about it in the leaked information and the things that it came out. Let's just say this, how inconsiderate of that person who leaked this information out. Let's just say that, right? Because you had a handful of things that it came out in the case just from this person going on Dateline, right? You had the key, and these are the key updates in the Kohberger case, which is obviously a recent NBC Dateline episode aired previously. Unreleased details about the case, obviously including Kohberger's internet search history and surveillance footage. Now, obviously that has raised a shit ton of concerns about violations of a court imposed gag order and a potential prejudice against the defendant. I mean, what fucking prejudice can you get this guy at this point? I mean, yeah, if we're dropping F-bombs. It's like that today. Like, what prejudice? Like, the dude's been fucking butchered out in the open already. You can't I don't think you can beat the horse anymore. Like, take the shit to trial. Get these families some justice. Whatever it may be. Guilty, not guilty. Well, she's going to fucking fry like Chick-fil-A. He's getting cooked. And I was touching up on this yesterday. I was talking about it yesterday. I was saying how BK is going to get cooked. And he is, because the evidence is high against him, in my personal opinion. And there's still things in there that you don't know about. And a few of those things leaked out. A few of them, right? And there's other things that are said to have possibly leaked out even into a book. Now, I was reading an article and it said that there was a book that's being written or actually publicized or whatever, right? And it's about to come out, and that it has leaks in it, right? I'm like, what do you mean? Another thing coming out with more leaks? So whoever is in this working this case is very happy to just talk about it, right? They are super stoked to talk about it. He said, put him in the yard with the boys. Put him in the yard with the boys, save time and money. I need to fix a lot of that night bot that's popping up. That's annoying the shit out of me right now. I don't know if it annoys you, but that's like every 5 minutes or every 2 minutes it's popping up. That's crazy. Let me fix that before I pull this up, because I got a video here I want to watch this morning to kind of go over, and talk about this information. Hold up 1 second. Add to chat. Already got him in chat. Crazy. Justice for sure. Yo, what up, T? What's going on? Be real nice to see you, my friend. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button as you come in. It's early. I started this, I think, around maybe 3:40 and didn't start till just now. I was setting up the computer that was sent to me. Again, salute to Myrna and Bryan for grabbing this PC for me. I haven't been on, obviously. I've been working my ass off, working a regular job, and I've just been super, super busy, especially when I'm the only one around here that runs this shit. I run this shit. No, just playing. Seriously, though. I do run it though. That's a fact.
Shut up, bitch.
But nah, I want to throw this video on real quick. Let's see how it sounds real quick. All right, can you see this? Let me know if you can hear it. Let me know if you can hear this.
Shut up, bitch.
Let me know if you can hear that before I let it play and we go over. You said, do you think it's possible that after all the failed attempts to get stuff thrown out, that the defense was the one that leaked? Damn, Todd, that's a hell of a fucking, excuse my language, but that's a hell of a thriller right there they got going on, right? Imagine that. Imagine we're sitting here, right? We're sitting here, we're chilling. You can't hear. I got you. I'll fix it. Imagine we're just sitting here and we're like, damn, it's got to be the profiler. It's got to be this person. And as you see there, I was talking with Dee and she told me her thoughts. And I was like, damn, that kind of makes sense. She's like, yeah, there was this one guy. And I'm not saying it is. Again, it's allegedly. If you haven't heard it from law enforcement, it obviously is not true. But who do you think the person is that leaked this information out to the public? Who is it? In your eyes, when you watch these episodes, thank you, allegedly, LB. You know what time it is. You just had to get back to feeling like yourself first, right? And so we can bring that back. But who leaked these not the documents, but who leaked the unknown stuff to the public? Who put it in the Dateline episode? Do you think it was the profiler? Was it one of the, prosecutors? Was it a defense person? Did they put it out there? Was it a family member? I don't think a family member had a hold of this. But who do you personally think leaked these documents, or not documents, but information out there about Kohberger? And then I would say documents because it's search history. Dude's looking up unconscious people. And Todd, you've been up here plenty of times and we've talked about it. And, people are right to their opinion. And, we've had those feisty folks that want to say, damn, there was drug deal going bad. And where's my drug deals going bad? Where's my drug deal going bad people at? Like, I got to see you. If you're in the back, come on over here and have a seat. I want to talk to you. Let me fix this because I want to watch this video that just came out. So I definitely want to peep it. Hold up. Let me fix this. Hit stop screen. Pull this up. Share. Let's make sure we got audio on this bad boy. All right, here we go. All right. Let's run a little bit of this and then we'll go over some of it too.
The role of victims. I look at what all of it means for the case.
Hang it. You hear it now? Are we good?
Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. Bryan.
Sound check on that. Let's check on this. What are we at? What do we sound like? Does it sound good? You can hear it now? Good. Okay, Elsa. That's what's up. Just want to make sure you guys can hear it well. So you're hearing what I'm hearing and we can go over the same shit, Bewitched. Nice to see you, my friend. Again, thank you for the PC. It works great. I have some tuning to do with it. Okay. There's a few things I need to tune up on it, but it is faster than the laptop and it's a lot better. Death Valley Tiger. Nice to see you, my friend. Smash that like button. I am thirsty for likes. I got to be the most liked and viewed. And no, I'm just kidding. Fuck that shit. As long as we can have a good conversation. And I see folks like Todd and again, Elser, allegedly LB, Leisure, Delana. I'm good. I'm happy because we can have a good conversation with those minds right there that I just named. And that's not even everyone in here that I'm talking about in general. I know a lot of you followed this case thoroughly and really have been into the information. Todd, what do you? I'm curious to what you think happened because when they explained kind of what happened with Ethan and Xana, it was as I think they said that like he maybe fell into the seat, right? What's going on, Smarty? Welcome to the stream, and it's nice to see you. Nice to see you this morning. I hope you've had a great morning so far, and glad you're joining us here. But again, did you guys hear that about maybe him falling or sitting in that chair in Xana's room? Or am I tripping? Did I hear something? Or am I mishearing it? What is it? You said I've watched since his first hit YouTube, or yeah, that's when I found you. I couldn't tell you how we did it. You know, you are welcome, my son from another mom.
Bryan Kohberger says his trial should not begin in August. He says it's
Hold on, let me get this too, just in case. Let me pull this out. I don't want it to lag, so give me 1 second. Yes, pin to taskbar. Thank you, sir. Pin to start. Thank you, sir. Hold up, I want to snap it to the gigante. Kohberger is done. He is obviously guilty, says Robert Green. Welcome to the stream. Tim Blanche, welcome to the stream. Don't worry, we're about to dive into that. I'm just trying to pull up this timer real quick so I can stick it. I don't like seeing numbers. Anything that has to do with a number, get that shit out of my face. I don't like it. I don't want to see it. Please get her gone. Yeah, anything to do with numbers, I can't stand it. The thing as a content creator or being on here and doing this shit, you do not want to look at numbers. I don't like looking at numbers. Never will. Let me make sure this snaps too. Damn it. Why is it doing that? Snap to the grid. I'm getting sick and tired of all these people. No, bro, that's weird. You know what? I think it might be this one. Right click. Unpin from taskbar. Nah. Why is it doing that? Is it the alarm? It might be the alarm. Hold up. Okay, only once. Cool. Cool. Oh, here it goes right here. So notifications, pin to task. Want to snap it to the grid. TTT, good morning. What's going on, Cassie? Bear with me 1 second. Bear with me 1 second so I can fix this. I don't want this shit to. I like it a certain way. And if I don't have it that way, then I'm a. Show me the windows, get tips and tricks. No. Show notifications on lock screen. Focus assist settings. Priority only. Should be apps and contacts. No. Snap to the grid. All right, screw it. I don't care. It is what it is. It's not working for me, but you know what? I don't care. Let's keep going.
too soon for many, many reasons. The big leak of evidence to Dateline is just one of those reasons why Kohberger wants his trial delayed. And we're finally hearing from his lawyer, Ann Taylor, about the leak, what she thinks about it and the Dateline episode. And let me tell you, she's not happy. She's not happy at all. And like Judge Hippler, she thinks it came from somebody on the prosecution or law enforcement side. I'll detail everything she says about the Dateline episode. Plus, there are other reasons why she says the trial should not start in August. She says she just needs more time to prepare. We've heard that from her before. Kohberger maintains his innocence in the murders of Maddie Mogen, Kaylee Gonsalves, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle. The four friends were stabbed to death in the home on King Road on November 13th, 2022. Kohberger was arrested at his parents' home in Pennsylvania more than 6 weeks later. The FBI, you'll recall, used genetic genealogy to identify Kohberger as the source of male DNA found on this part of a K-bar knife sheath. It was found at the crime scene next to Maddie Mogen's body. Jury selection is scheduled to begin on July 30th, and opening statements are scheduled for August 11th. But Kohberger's lawyers
911 location of your emergency.
Hi, something is happening. Something happened in our house. We don't know what.
Panic and fear from the surviving roommates in the Idaho murders as audio of the 911 call is released. I'll play that call and look at what it could reveal about the crime.
Tell me exactly what's going on.
One of the roommates is passed out, and she was drunk.
And it's just muted me, right? I'm just sitting here talking to myself, like I'm breaking things down, and I'm just talking to myself, babbling. But anyways, what I was saying was, when it comes to the DNA, like DNA is enough, like Robert Greene said right here, and I agree with him. I feel like the DNA is enough, especially with everything else, the circumstantial things that are surrounding it, with him being in the area so many different times, with his phone pinging where it pinged at. There's just so many different things connecting, and then you have this little leak that came out, right? So, man, it's just weird. You said ring the alarm. TTT, good morning. What's going on, Shannon? You said what? You said chat mods. We're in the wee hours. Is that right? Robert, you said Robert Greene, exactly. They have so much evidence, it'll take a long time to get through that evidence. Can't hear me? Can you hear me now? We good? You are muted? Oh, I was muted. Deep freeze. Say he is loving the attention and speculation. I think his attention is just shot down majorly. You know? Like, I really do. I think it's shot down majorly. But hey, I'll let some of you call in and talk about it. I want to play a little bit of this. I'll open some lines up, talk to you. I did change the number. Got to let it circulate around a little bit. Hold up. What is it again? 615. I don't want to look at it. 615. Damn, I don't remember it yet. This is one of the first times and only times you'll ever see me not remember it. It is 615. What is it? Oh, 615-379-8325. So 615-379-8325. Well, it's going to take a second for me to get used to that. You know why? Because we're so used to 219-885-9693. But now it's 615-379-8325. That's how we're going to do it. Unlock your voice number. If someone else cost unlocking your time, pay through Google Pay. Is it? That's mine.
I'm glad that did not wake you up.
Okay.
Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night.
Thanks for joining me. I'm Anjanette Levy, and this is Crime Fix. It's been more than 27 months since 4 University of Idaho students were murdered in a home near campus after spending the night hanging out with friends after a football game. And after all of this time, we are finally hearing the 911 call the surviving roommates made. The horror inside that home on King Road, unimaginable. Maddie Mogan and Kaylee Gonsalves had been stabbed to death. They were in the same bed on the 3rd floor. Xana Kernodle and her boyfriend, Ethan Chapin, were also stabbed to death and were dead in her bedroom on the 2nd floor. This is the last known photo of the 4 with the 2 surviving roommates. Recently, the transcript of the 911 call came to light in a motion filed by prosecutors, but the audio of the call submitted with it was filed under seal. But now that actual audio has been released. The 911 call led to a massive criminal investigation involving police in Moscow, Idaho, Idaho State Police, and the FBI. More than a month later, Bryan Kohberger, a PhD student at nearby Washington State University, was charged with breaking into the home and murdering Maddie, Kaylee, Ethan, and Xana. He was studying criminology. I'm going to play that call for you in its entirety, and then we'll talk about it.
11:55 a.m. 42 seconds, November 13, 2022.
911 location of your emergency.
Hi, something is happening. Something happened in our house. We don't know what.
What is the address of the emergency?
1122.
What is the rest of the address?
Oh, Kings Road.
Okay. And is that a house or an apartment?
That's crazy.
It's a house.
Can you repeat the address to make sure that I have it right?
I'll talk to you guys. We live at the White, so we're next to them.
I need someone to repeat the address for verification.
The address, 1122 King Road.
And tell me exactly what's going on.
One of the roommates is passed out, and she was drunk last night, and she's not waking up.
Okay.
Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night. Yeah. Hi, this is
And are you with the patient? Okay, I need someone to keep the phone, stop passing it around.
Can I just tell you what happened pretty much?
What is going on currently? Is someone passed out right now?
I don't really know, but pretty much at 4 a.m.
Okay, I need to know what's going on right now if someone is passed out. Can you find that out?
Yeah, I'll come. Come on, Madison, you gotta go check.
If this keeps muting, I'm gonna snap. Let's try it again. Why does it keep muting? Let's see. See if it does it again. No, it's not doing it. It's not muted. Oh my gosh. Why does it keep muting though? That's weird. Anyways, what I was saying was this woman on the phone is a bitch. And I'm talking about the woman that they call, the young lady's trying to get help. She's at this time in her life where she's seeing a dead body, and you know what I mean? She hits him or hits 911. And this woman's like, well, can you go? Like, just, I don't know. She's snappy. Maybe I'm just being too picky, but for a time like that, doesn't matter. Like, you're supposed to give them comfort. Yeah, I'm picking at the small things. I know. You said, when you unpause the video, I think it automatically mutes you. Oh, schnappers. Is that right? Let me find out. Automatically muting, huh? What's going on there? I don't see no option for it, but I'm gonna definitely pay attention to it. That's for dang sure. Presenter invite. Okay. You say, hey, Jackie from England. They must have heard something. I'm interested in to hear what Dylan and Bethany got to say. They got a story. There's no fucking ifs, ands, or buts. Excuse my language. Well, actually not. Excuse my language. Fuckity, fuck. Norfolk, Hampton, Richmond. How about that? No, seriously though. Like, they they've had to. I feel like they heard something because of the whole texting back and forth during the murders, the several rumors that we have heard. There was definitely something said. Dylan came face to face with a unibrow walking, a live unibrow. So we'll see how that plays out. You Bewitch says, oh, when you unpause, okay, I see that. Well, look at you, T-REV. Good morning, everyone. What's going on, Talina? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Gypsy in the building. Be real, everybody. Make sure you smash that like button and share it to a ghost of a ghost. Tell him I said come by. He said she is 100% is. Hold up, she 100% is. DM is fake, and I think call is faked. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I respect that opinion, Gypsy, but I don't think anybody in this house had any idea of the type of monster that would loom at this location. I don't think they had a fucking clue. They didn't have a clue that Freddy was coming by that night, and he had souls to collect. And not only did he have souls to collect, he was fucking demonic as shit. And you kind of get a look into that mindset when you read the Google history, right? We get the Google history, you check that out, you start to kind of get a grasp for who and homeboy was. Shit, it could have been, Gypsy. It was leaked. Well, hold up, what was leaked? What was leaked though? What was leaked? That he was searching that shit? Shit, I don't care if it fell out of a toilet. That shit is in the public. And homie's definitely looking up some weird shit, right? Super weird. Come on now. Can't give him a pass for that. Like, you're looking up some old weird boo-boo shit. I don't know what he's looking up, but I mean, I know what he's looking up, but I just don't understand where the satisfaction is in looking up that type of shit, right? It's absolutely nasty. I mean, we've seen it in the past with with actual serial killers, like straight up serial killers. And dude, what? Dick rode Ted Bundy?
But we have to. Is she passed out?
Detain!
She's not waking up.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Okay, one moment. I'm getting help started that way.
Okay.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap.
Oh shit!
Yeah, passed out there would have been blood everywhere, no doubt. Ain't no doubt, Robert.
Okay, and how old is she?
She's 20.
20, you said?
Yes, 20 here.
Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, I need someone to stop passing the phone around because I've talked to 4 different people.
Okay, sorry, they just gave me the phone.
Is she breathing?
Hello?
Is she
Tell this chick, hold up, and I'm talking to myself again. This chick that's on the phone has no heart for nobody. She wakes up in the mirror in the morning and goes, punches, she's swinging at herself, shadow boxing herself because she fucking hates life. Then she gets on the phone and she's, what? Are you gonna check him? Are they awake? Like, she's just like somebody I definitely wouldn't want to talk to if I'm having a panic attack. You know what I mean? You're somebody I don't want to talk to if you're having a panic attack. It definitely is not this 911 caller. I don't want to talk to her. Get her the fuck far away. And please don't hire nobody like this, because this would make my panic attack even worse. Straight up.
Breathing.
No.
Okay.
Bethany, Dylan, I need you to keep talking to them, okay? I can't talk to them. They need you to talk to them.
Okay. Hello.
Okay. I have already sent the ambulance and law enforcement. Stay on the line. If there is a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
Say that again. There's a police here right now.
Okay. If there is a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
We don't have one. I think yes. Do you have a defibrillator? Yes, we have one.
Are you talking to the officer?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to let you go since he's there with you and can help you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay.
11:59 a.m. 49 seconds, November 13, 2022.
I want to tell you about something that Megyn Kelly has out right now. It's a truly gripping and incredible image from one of the men at the center of the story. Deep reporting, expert analysis, Megyn Kelly investigates on the disappearance of baby Lisa. All 5 episodes are available. A prosecution motion to their friends. One of their friends discovered Xana according to a prosecution motion. The motion states, HJ located the unresponsive body of Xana.
HJ located the unresponsive body of Xana Kernodle and informed. Make sure we're not muted either. Okay, yeah. Informed, was present in all declarants. Personally perceived the event, i.e. Kernodle unresponsive. The majority of the declarations were describing to dispatcher Carolina Calvin, the asshole, what they were perceiving. Present sense, impressions. These statements relate to Kernodle being passed out and not waking up, and the declarations were made immediately after HJ discovered Kernodle's body. Okay.
Kernodle and informed BF and DM to call 911. Those are the surviving roommates. EA was present at that time. All declarants personally perceived the event, i.e. Kernodle unresponsive. The majority of the declarations were describing to dispatcher Carolina Calvin what they were perceiving, i.e. present sense impressions. Those statements relate to Kernodle being passed out and not waking up. The declarations were made immediately after HJ discovered Kernodle's body. I want to bring in Gray Hughes of the Gray Hughes Investigates YouTube channel.
Are you serious? This fucking donkey?
Fucking donkey! No, ain't no point like a Diddy party, so. Yeah, that's just. Are you not entertained? Fucking donkey!
Get this motherfucker out of here, man. Straight up.
Oh shit!
What do you want this motherfucker on the screen? This dude ain't no fucking professional. The fuck are we talking about? He can edit a video like John, Nick, and Donnie down the street. He's an asshole. I'm sorry. I despite assholes like this. He reminds me of my Uncle Rusty. I got people like this in my family. Straight fucking dickheads, know everything, cut you off. Some people like being choked and put down in the basement and put on a leash and shit. You know what I mean? Like, if that's you, I don't know. I guess you like Gray Hughes.
No, ain't like a Diddy party, so.
You know what I mean? If you like fucking a leash on and getting walked around and treated like fucking shit, then there you go right there. Go over to that man's channel, hit that like button, put that leash on, and do that dominatrix shit that you like. You know what I mean? But if you like heart, soul, you know what it be. Right here. You know?
Excuse me. The fuck did you just say?
Go ahead. Do it. I want you to.
What does he do? Hold on. It's Gray Hughes, man. I'm locked up in here. I need a $20 dono. In order for us to keep on going, to keep the stream going, you must drop a $20 donation. Get me out of jail, y'all. Get me out of jail. You know what I mean? Get me out of jail, y'all. I need to get out of jail.
Allegedly.
Nah, let me stop, man.
He actually got a copy of this 911 call
going on,
before
dude?
anybody
Light?
else. So, Gray, talk to me about what your first reaction was
Hold
to
on.
hearing.
We be talking to Gray Hughes like this.
Sorry, I don't mean to do that, Bucky Bear. But it's just sometimes you make Daddy so angry that.
You know what I mean?
FBI, open up!
Pookie Bear.
Block his ass.
The audio after we had all seen the transcript last week when it was released by the court.
Well, I think the first thing you notice is like when you're reading it, you don't hear, obviously you can't hear anything. You're just reading it, so there's no emotion attached to it. But as soon as you hear it, you're just like, whoa. I mean, these people, Dylan, I believe, is the woman that we hear, and she is just absolutely panicking and freaked out, and you can really sense the fear that they have.
Yeah, I mean, they sound so young. That's what struck me about it. I mean, they're like these young, they sound like girls. And I know that they're 20 years old, but that really struck me. And the difference between their tone and how panicked they are, and the female neighbor, and then the other man who found Xana. I mean, it's a stark difference. And a lot of people, there's been a lot of things said about these surviving roommates. And what struck me was just like the sheer urgency and panic in their voices.
Yeah, I think that people have been extremely unfair to Xana, or not Xana, for Dylan and Bethany, because they're just college students, and they're not bitch. Worldly people that have been all over the place, and then there's this horrendous thing that happens, and because they're survivors, there's a lot of people online that treat them almost as criminals, like they had something to do with it, and there is zero evidence of any kind, any way, shape, or form that they have anything to do with anything. And so it's always interesting when people still have questions like, but why didn't they call 911? Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? And I always say back to them, if you don't think they have anything to do with the crime, then why do you keep asking these questions? Because that is the reality, right? Like, does it really matter why it took them so long if you don't believe they had something to do with it? And the truth is, there's a lot of these conspiracy people out there that actually...
Shut the fuck up. Just say it like this, buddy. This is what you say. You say, damn, this investigation's been going on for 2 years. If they had something to do with it, they would not be walking the streets. And that's it. There's no need to, well, if you keep on to come out and I get so sick and tired of these people. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm hearing from them. It's like, bro, it's cut and dry, bro. Why are you giving that long cut, scratched ass fucking definition of why this, that, and the third, going over people's opinions? Just all you got to do is just literally go, yeah. Well, I mean, it's been we're going 2-3 years. They ain't been arrested. You think they're going to be letting the person who set up their friends to quadruple murder walk? No, absolutely not. Simple as that. Cut it. That's where you cut it at. That's where it's all cut. It's cut and dry right there. Nobody who sets up their friend is going to get or be able to walk free. I don't give a fuck how many people you give up. If you set up 4 people and they all die, and you are not walking the streets, in what scenario are you walking the streets? Maybe back in fucking 1772, not today. That shit ain't happening.
You believe that
not happening.
Dylan and Bethany had something to do with it, and I just find it's just disgusting to me.
Gray, I know you've investigated this for quite a while. You've been to the.
Yeah, thank you. It's I appreciate you talking about contributions, because shout out to Marks for the 15 months. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much for the support to the channel. I know I ain't been on as much and grinding as much, and I know a lot of you have missed that. And hey, it's cool. We'll fit it back into the mix. I don't know. Why did I stop? I don't know why I stopped going live. It just didn't feel right. I didn't feel right on live, and people trying to be for dumb shit. And it's like, I just got sick and tired of it. I just needed my space from YouTube for a little bit, right? Like I had to back out and go over here, right? And bust my ass and work, and not pay attention over here for a while and make myself miss it so bad to the point where I come back like this and I'm up and I'm on and I'm doing shit, you know? So that's kind of like what it's been. I made myself miss going live until I'm literally scratching and itchy to come on. And that's what it is. I miss it so much. But yes, thank you, Marks, for the 15 months. I appreciate you, Maria, for the 26 months. Damn, you have been here for a long time. Shit, you've been here since Papa Sound. Damn. That's, you know what, 2 years and what? What, 2 years and 2 months? Damn, man. You got Leisure with the 29. Thank you, Leisure. I appreciate you, my friend. Always, it's always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all. I hate that fucking one. I need a new one. But anyways, it's appreciated. And you guys sponsor this shit. The fact that you sponsor the channel and my vision means a lot to me. And I'm always overly thank the people that do that, because not only do I just want you to come over and be a part of that, I want to do things with you guys. So for your contributions of being a member for that long, I want you to be there when we hand over a check to a family to help them out. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to see that, feel that, and know that you were part of that, because you are. Everybody, anybody that we end up helping on this channel, all of you play a big role in that, a monumental role. And we were able to help several families out there, and they can speak up. They can say it, but they don't need to, because I don't want them to. They don't need, there's no need to. We just help, we move on and keep going, and we help more. Try to pick somebody up around you, not knock them down all the time. I'm not trying to knock everyone down around me. There's enough food at the table for everybody to come sit here, but damn, contribute a little bit, help out. Don't just come to the table and fucking leave your fork laying there with a booger on it, you goofy bitch. Get your ass up and make a difference. Stop putting your little dirty dishes in my sink all the time. You don't want to fucking do the dishes. You got your feet on the couch. You're wearing the same boxers from last Wednesday, and your ass wants to come sit at the table and eat. Like, what are we doing? You know, we got people like Leisure, though, who's been here, and she, great person. Thank you, Leisure, for your committed time. And again, Maria, Marks, I appreciate you guys for rocking with me this long. It means a lot. You say goofy bitch. Hey, it is what it is. Yeah, it is goofy bitch. And you know, I'm talking about, put two and two together and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Allegedly.
To the neighborhood. I've been to the neighborhood, but you actually have put together some 3D models inside the house that actually show. Like, I mean, they're walking.
Hey, look. I know I'm pausing the hell out this video, and I know we're talking about it. And I don't know, this 911 call, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just don't, the woman on the other phone, like the woman talking to the young adults in the house, for me, she's a little too aggressive. That's my personal opinion, but that's all I got to say about that phone call. I would love to be back permanently, but I'm afraid that if I sat here and thought I was going to go permanently, that everything around me would fall apart. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I got to go put them hours in. And that's the only reason why I ain't been on as much, because I do got to grind. Like, I'm working like 60-hour weeks, yo. Straight up. I've worked 60 this week too. What's up? That's why I'm not on, because I'm working, like I said, 60 to maybe sometimes 85. It depends. I have to go back and look at it, but a lot of hours I'm working. Look at me over here. Do you think I have time to even eat? Like, you know what I mean? We done lost so much weight and been, you know what I mean? Like, we are, it's crazy. I like turned in. I mean, shit. Last year, at the time we sat here, I was fucking Big Don John over here, looking like fucking Twinkie and Little B. Now I'm over here looking like, damn, I don't know, Slim Jim. You know what I mean?
Through models.
Mm-hmm.
So Why don't you pull up one of those for us really quickly and show us around?
Hold on, Talina. Thank you for the gifted. I appreciate you. Thank you for the one gifted. Shout out to Talina for donating to the channel. She's been here for a while too. I want to say Talina came along. Sebastian Rogers, maybe right now. I want to say the one before that, which would be. Well, it was Madeline Soto, but we also did Audrey Cunningham at that time. It was right in there. I appreciate you, Talina. Thank you for the 10. Thank you for the one gifted. Much appreciated. Always appreciate the love, no matter what.
Because a lot of people have gone online and seen photographs inside the house, but you've actually created something that's pretty realistic from what I could see inside the windows when I was there.
Yeah, bro. So in this, okay, let me do this again. Yeah, so take a look at this. When you're in this program, this is actually the entire 3D model of the house. See that? And, everybody's seen the outside of it. And from outside, this right down here is Bethany's room. This is where the storage room was that people put storage in. This is Xana's room right here in the middle right. And then this is the living room window. And then up here is, let's see, Kaylee Gonzalez's room right there.
So before I read these comments, all right, I don't need you to tell me which room is what room, Gray. You know what I mean? I've been watching this case since day one. I can tell you what rooms they are, what blindfolded. You walk me in there and tell me what door I'm coming in, I'll walk you to every single room in there. That's how much I know the house. I don't need you to tell me. But anyways, when I'm sitting here and I do think about these roommates and the scrutiny that they come under from just the public in general, a lot of people in the public got, their thoughts and opinions about him. And I was one of those people that had those thoughts for a while, right? Like, damn, they had something involved, or, they knew something, or, that's how I've thought at the beginning for a while. I would say maybe even a whole year, maybe close to a whole year. But to think that if they were involved, communications with cell phones, all of their stuff was gone through. If they had a burner, wouldn't that burner be somewhere in the killer's phone? And you know what I mean? They would have ran across it, maybe in that killer's phone and connected that right there. You say, yes, Shannon Maddie family needs help to pay for Airbnb. Who does? Maddie's family does? Who we talking about? Maddie was the only child. Be right back. Need coffee. You probably I'm probably late on that. Dispatcher was terrible. Most definitely was that. Glad to see you back in your element. Oh yeah, you got to. If you're not fully focused on what your mission is, and you got your mind in other places, then you don't need to be on here to working on content. And that right there is exactly why my ass has not been on here, because it's not fair to you guys. If I'm not on here in my element that you've found me in, then there's something wrong, period. And if you choose to stick it out through that something wrong phase, then salute to you. I mean, we're all human, right? But definitely why I stepped away big time. I put it out there just like that, because I'm not going to sit around and be angry all the time, or not. I wouldn't say angry. I would say just shit talking all the time. Screw that. Maddie's family, or you said absolutely loving seeing so many live gang members in here this morning. Shout out to y'all coming in this morning. Again, make sure you hit that like button as you're coming in. We are discussing the Bryan Kohberger case, and I will open up the lines if you guys do want to get to conversating about this case. We have, again, from the roommates, you got Bethany Funk, Dylan Mortensen, and those are going to be two witnesses that you're going to see in this trial that are going to be nailed to the fucking cross up there by the defense. You can guarantee that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're going to be attacked up there. Now, what for? I mean, shit. If they were texting, there, you know what I mean? Like, they'll start to hammer them up there. Trust me. It's gonna be a game to the defense, is what I'm saying. It really is. And I am curious, again, to see that go down. I wonder what's going to happen. How much are they going to defend him? Objection, Your Honor. That's not a good question. There's going to be a lot of that shit going on. So it's like, you can see why can anybody who's on the other side or just watch this case in general, see why it's so stressful to the people who are involved inside of the case, you kind of understand. So when they hear things like, oh, well, now it's going to get pushed off. So they prepared for this August 20, whatever the date is, right? Which was it? 11th, my bad. August 11th trial date, right? But now it might get pushed back, and they done prepared and wanted to literally, get this over with. Finally be able to put it behind them, maybe by, November, and able to grieve and continue to go on and have that justice, that little bit of closure, even though it's really not that much for them, because it's not. You never be able to bring back this loved one. So, that's.
And this is the window that looks towards the stairs that go up, and that's the bathroom window.
Right? You know what? Fuck you. Shut up. I'm sorry, y'all, but I just can't stand that motherfucker. He's an asshole to people. He treats people like shit, and he talks to people like they're downright out poop on the bottom of your fucking shoe. And you know what? I'm just speaking my mind. I don't care. I'm unfiltered from now on. I'm still that nice guy. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. I appreciate you, love and light all day long, but I don't have no love and light for somebody who lives in the dark. You know what I mean? I can't love and light you if you're in the dark and you're bringing that fire constantly and you're trying to, you're putting down people who have impediments and shit, and you're just, I don't know. I don't rock with that. That's the bully that got beat the fuck up in school for running his mouth or treating people like shit or joking the same person every day because they stutter. That's one of them people that just reminds me of one of them. I was good going, and then he'd be the one cooking him in a joke and making it funny, like, who gives a fuck? Like one of them. I don't know, it irritates the shit out of me.
Say they simply need more time. They haven't had enough time, they say, to go through all of the evidence to prepare a proper defense, especially since Kohberger's life is on the line. Taylor wrote, cutting off this review before counsel can complete it would significantly prejudice Mr. Kohberger. The state's case is circumstantial. Mr. Kohberger was not identified as a person of interest until weeks after the crime, and after he was identified, law enforcement ceased investigating all other possibilities. While counsel can explain this in trial, every experienced trial lawyer knows that trials are essentially story battles, high-stakes duels where the prosecution and defense each tell competing narratives about the same set of events. Ultimately, the jury decides which story feels more true and more coherent, even though the burden of proof rests with the prosecution and the defense bears no burden at all. Humans are driven by narratives. That reality forces the defense to counteract the state's narrative with another compelling story. Now, as it stands right now, the story Ann Taylor plans to tell the jury is that Bryan Kohberger...
I don't have compassion for people who don't have respect for human life. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. But show somebody love, man. Stop being a hater all the time. Like, go in there and pick someone up. Pick somebody up around you. There may be someone around you that needs you so bad right now, but you just want to go hate on fucking, your most hated YouTuber that you can't stand on the top of your list and your targets and all that. I get it. I understand it. Go wash your boxers with some, one of them hotel rags and chill, puff your little cigarette, the little shit skid marks, and come back to the drawing board.
Is innocent, and that somehow the sheath got to the house on King Road, but it wasn't Kohberger's doing. She also plans to tell the jury there were two killers, and neither was Bryan Kohberger. She alluded to this at a hearing back in April.
Your Honor, we have produced an expert that believes that it's likely that there were two people, two weapons. That doesn't
testimony that the degree of intoxication goes to the what I'm assuming was given that degree of intoxication, the ability to fight back. In rebuttal to your experts, as I understand.
I think that's what the state says. I don't think that's proper rebuttal. Well, because we didn't talk about intoxication, because the state's medical examiner talks about defensive wounds anyway. So this would seem to be contradictory with other testimony that they intend to put on. We are not contesting the intoxication level of any of the deceased.
So right there, we found out that Maddie Logan had no defensive wounds and could not fight back, even if she wanted to. The defense also argues they need more time to work on their alternate perpetrator theory. And Taylor writes, as scholars explain, here the central issue is the identity of the perpetrator. Even a reasonable doubt case implies a story that someone else did it, but it is a story with a huge hole and one likely to be ineffective. The jury might speculate that if this defendant did not do it, there should be at least some evidence suggesting that someone else did. And it is especially incumbent on counsel to become aware of all existing evidence, because alternate perpetrator evidence may be deemed inadmissible under Idaho law if it merely tends to mislead the jury that another person committed the crime. Last week, the defense submitted information to Judge Hippler about alternate suspects that they'd like to present to the jury at trial. But Judge Hippler told Ann Taylor she needs to have evidence to back it up. She talked about reviewing the tens of thousands of tips and stumbling upon just one at a hearing in April.
We're not completed with that. I think I've read most of the police reports in this case, but I haven't read the thousands and thousands and thousands of tips that came in on this case. Don't think they're all not
to open
relevant,
these Johns
though.
up here in a minute.
Recently, we came across a tip just in trying to work through some of these issues. We came across a tip that would appear to be an alternate suspect, and we're trying to work through that as rapidly as we can. It was quite a surprise to come up with that. There's got to be more in there that I need to know.
I want to tell you about OneSkin. They are sponsoring today's episode of Crime Fix. Let's be honest, being on camera as much as I am, having the right skincare products matters a lot. Our skin changes as we get older. Dryness, deeper wrinkles, even crepiness can be frustrating, but there's a game changer out there, and it's called OneSkin. OneSkin was founded by an all-woman team of scientists who developed the proprietary OS-01 peptide. This peptide targets cellular senescence, a key hallmark of aging. It's scientifically proven to decrease lines and wrinkles, boost hydration, and help with thinning skin. They have over 4,000 five-star reviews for their full line of face, body, sun, and travel-size products. One of the things I like most about OneSkin is how easy it is to integrate it into my daily routine. Just a few simple steps and I'm good to go. For a limited time, you can try OneSkin and get 15% off using the code CRIMEFIX when you check out at oneskin.co. That's 15% off at oneskin.co with the code CRIMEFIX. And remember to tell them we sent you when they ask you where you heard about them. Invest in the health and longevity of your skin with OneSkin. Your future self will thank you. Trust me. So Ann Taylor's conceding the defense doesn't have all of its ducks in a row when it comes to the alternate perpetrator theory and evidence, and prosecutors have already indicated they would object, saying there's only one perpetrator, and that's Bryan Kohberger. Kohberger's defense team also reminds Judge Hippler of Kohberger's additional rights, since this is a capital case, and the issues that could arise if a jury isn't presented with all of the mitigating evidence in the penalty phase if the case reaches that point. The defense references the life history investigation. Taylor writes the defense must conduct an ongoing, exhaustive, and independent investigation of every aspect of the client's character, history, record, and any circumstances of the offense or other factors which may provide a basis for a sentence less than death in order to meet their constitutional obligations. This investigation would reveal any red flags that could be looked into, which would take time. Taylor says she's obligated to investigate beyond the mere surface level for mitigating factors, to add context to Kohberger's life so the jurors could understand his choices, his behavior, and lifestyle in which he engaged. Taylor essentially says she has to be able to present a full picture of who Bryan Kohberger.
I'll open these up. Let's see. Let's see if the new line is running right, you know? Let's see if the new line's running right. It says what? Hold on. Your browser might prevent you from change your browser settings to allow. What? We're not allowed? Oh, what's going on over here? You have to break off the new number. You know what I mean? You got to break it in. New number, new journey, new goals. Everything's a tornado right now, but watch what I do. Let's see.
Kohberger is to the jury by getting to the heart of who he is. And that requires her to gather observations, records, and interviews to show, quote, how others perceive an individual, and his place in the world adds an additional layer of complexity to understanding the nature and magnitude of psychosocial stressors he encounters. Another reason this life history investigation is required is so counsel can identify all of the experts they need. Taylor says experts are essential in telling a client's story in a way that will answer all of the important why questions for the jury. Taylor also raises a point that going through discovery is much quicker for the state because of all of the resources prosecutors and police have. Taylor writes, thus, defense counsel's review of the discovery is not merely checking a box. It goes to the very heart of the ability to prepare and present a defense, reviewing and integrating all of the evidence in order to tell the jury a coherent counter-narrative is essential to defending Mr. Kohberger's life. The state and its superior investigatory apparatus has spent years honing in on one specific story, that of Mr. Kohberger's guilt, and ignoring all other possibilities. Now let's get into the latest development, the evidence leaked to Dateline. Taylor says that Dateline aired information in its 2-hour special that was prejudicial and unreliable, and therefore likely inadmissible, meaning the jury would never see it. But viewers saw it if they watched. It included information about Kohberger's Google searches for pornography. About
Maria said I will call it. Well, I gotta get. It says something about permissions. I'm trying to mess with it now, but I need this newer video.
Women being asleep or passed out, and Google searches about serial killer Ted Bundy. Selfies from Kohberger's phone showing him wearing all black.
I'll be honest with you, man. There's been a few people that kind of nailed that, and I mean, you're gonna get people that make references with serial killers and certain crimes, but there is quite a few people that I remember bringing up, like, man, this reminds me of a Ted Bundy type ritualistic killing, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be just like Ted Bundy. And I've heard a few of those people, and I'm talking about you, the viewer, the person who was. Multiple of you have called in and made references to Ted Bundy when, looking over here at Kohberger. So a lot of you were right on the button with that shit.
Back into Hood and his viewing of stories about the Idaho murders and searches for his own name. This information had not been made public before. It wasn't in court documents, and Dateline reported it obtained the information exclusively. Ann Taylor says a continuance is necessary because these leaked materials to Dateline were carefully curated to construct a narrative of guilt. And there's another reason she wants a continuance. Another book is coming out right before jury selection begins. Best-selling author James Patterson and journalist Vicki Ward are releasing a book entitled The Idaho Four, an American Tragedy, in July, 16 days before jury selection begins. The book's cover boasts unmatched access with months of local reporting with more than 300 interviews with victims' families and local law enforcement. Local law enforcement is, of course, covered by the non-dissemination order. Judge Hippler has already said he suspects that order was likely violated by current or former members of the prosecution team and law enforcement.
Okay, so with that being said, what is your thoughts about it? Let's hear you. 615-379-8325. Let's see what that sounded like. Let's see if I fixed it. First of all, who's breaking it off? The first one to ever call this line. Let's see. Forward to email. No, I'm good on that. Screen. No, I don't want to do that. Oh, let me try to fix it.
Yikes.
Go ahead.
Taylor went on to criticize the Dateline episode, saying it had a lot of dramatic effects, like reenactments and music, coupled with emotional interviews with people connected to the victims.
Dang, one person is calling on in already. Are you absolutely kidding me here? I got you. 1 second here. 787 sent from heaven. How you doing today? No, what's going on, 787?
Hey T, how are you?
Chilling. Hold up 1 second. Let me get you through the I think they can hear you. Chat. Let me know if you can hear the caller. How you doing? How you been?
I'm good. Good morning. It's early.
It is early. Just making sure.
I'm so glad you're back and covering this case.
Yeah, you can do. Okay, you can't hear. You guys can hear. Okay, what's going on? So talk to me here. What's your thoughts on what's going on in the Kohberger case right now with with them or with somebody possibly jeopardizing and punish. It's kind of punishing the families here if you really think about it.
Yeah, it is. All the families, including BK's families. I feel really bad for his family as well.
All families.
Yeah. But I really like this judge, and I don't think he's gonna postpone this anymore. I think it's gonna start in August. He might say something like some things can't be included, or the jury can't see it.
Yes, ma'am.
But I think it's gonna move on in August. It's gonna start as planned. And as to the leak, I think that.
No, because I mean, does it? Let's. I gotta ask you this question. Do you think it really matters if they postpone it for Bryan's sake because it's fair to him? I don't think it matters at this point. Like you got the evidence that you're gonna use. You pretty much decided everything. Pick the fucking jurors and get the show on the road.
Exactly. And in the last hearing, or at least the last hearing I saw, he was setting up the dates and the hours of, trial starts on this date and it's from 8:30 to 3:30, and I want to take off October 11th or something. Like he was giving he got real specific. So, and then after he did that is when he got into the Dateline stuff. So for me, absolutely, he was saying we're starting on time. This is what we're gonna do. And then and he said if necessary, he'll get a special prosecutor to investigate what's going on.
He should.
But yeah, absolutely, I like this judge.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they should. Like, why is there a official that we're supposed to trust giving out this information when you're not supposed to? Like, do I agree with the gag order? No. Do I think everything should be public?
Right.
Yes. But we're going by law here. I mean, if it was you, me, anyone else, they would get the same rights. So, okay, that's fair. So I look at that as being fair. So now do your fucking job and stop leaking shit out for the sake of what? What are you getting out of leaking something out to the public besides jeopardizing your job? And
I honestly think
fucking
that
the
the
families.
defense leaked it. I think the defense leaked it because I watched the Dateline episode about 3 times. I recorded it. And at first I was like, who the hell did this?
Right.
And then I'm like, okay, it's probably law enforcement or something. But then I keep looking at it and I'm like, okay, who does this benefit? It benefits Bryan. And every week the defense is throwing some kind of spaghetti that'll stick on the wall, and none of it is sticking. Right. And this actually stuck because this is something pretty big. It's a leak of his cell phone and creepy photos he has in there and shit. And the phone call to his father.
I mean,
which
come
is
on,
really
the dude gets off on dead women, you know?
I know. It's really sick shit. But at the end of the day, it benefits him because the judge can have that thrown out.
Yeah.
He can be like, well, that can't be presented in trial, you know? I mean, I think that's the most that could happen. I don't think it's going to get to the point that he's going to be like, oh, let's wait another year. I don't think so. This judge is kind of like sick of this shit, and he just wants us to start. And he sounds very much pro the families, all the families.
Right.
He wants Bryan's families there as well. Like, he seems very nice with the roommates. Like, he's making accommodations for them.
Yeah.
So they don't have to be on televised and whatnot, which is awesome because those poor girls are, I don't even know how they are. Nobody even knows much about what's going on with them, but I'm sure they're not okay.
You mean,
you know what I mean?
You talk about the roommates?
Yeah, Dylan and Bethany. I'm sure those girls are still messed up, and when they
not
have
only messed up,
but
but
I got fucked up.
Not only messed up though, but I can understand them feeling the panic inside of having to go up here into the Moscow courthouse and stand on the fucking the world watching you, and you got to stand up on this shit and get crucified by the defense.
Yeah,
What's gonna happen?
that's the worst part.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
what I'm
worst part.
saying.
That the defense is gonna eat them up, and those girls are just gonna be like crying because they're still girls. How old are they now? Like 21, maybe? Yeah. I think they were 19. I think they're like 21. Yeah.
What's
They were
all
the
over
youngest
place?
in the house.
Yeah, I do need to fix the commands. I got you. I'll fix them. Don't worry. I'll fix them. But it's like even with the house. I remember we got. I can't believe we raised the signatures that we did raise when they were gonna tear the house down. There was a lot of fucked up shit that's happened all the way up to this date. But with the specific stuff that's going on, they're even saying what I was reading in an article, and I don't know how true this is. I don't know if the person threw a spin on it. But in the article, it said there's also a book releasing with leaked details that isn't out to the public yet.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Like, what are we doing?
That was an ABC article, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. I think. Oh,
yeah.
Where did I see this article? I read it on NBC.
Yeah. I think I read that too.
I want to say it was NBC. What's going on, Warrior? Welcome to the stream. Todd, I see in there. He said, love how Judge called out the unfairness towards Dylan and Bethany and said that they have been unfairly treated. I do believe they have been unfairly treated. I mean, come on, dude. 2 hours, 2 years plus, and people still question if they were involved or not. Like, it's like, come on. Like,
I know.
There would have been communication with the fucking killer at some point. Like,
exactly.
I mean, there would have been some type of digital footprint fucking them too. I'm sorry. I just got to put it straight out there like that. And to think that they would be so squeaky clean when you got these people out here who think they're trained killers making the dumbest mistakes every day. We think that 2 teen girls are going to be able to, I'm sorry, not teen girls, 2 young college adults are going to be able to pull off a squeaky clean setup murder where they get their friends killed and then they're walking free and not in jail. Absolutely not. I look at the time. I look at the timing. They've been thoroughly investigated. That's it.
Yeah. And they have they have their cell phone data, so they know where they were moving around that night and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think that's how they know the Dateline show had that Xana went upstairs to Maddie's room because her phone was probably moving up.
Right.
So they probably have that Dylan was in her room all night and then went down to Bethany's room and didn't move from there. They were like stuck in there for whatever reason. What I think happened is that they were like so scared that they were like not moving. They just stayed in there until somebody woke up and got them out of there.
I mean, come on. Like, these people, they're probably not used to violence, and then they see things that we don't know what they've seen. So I can't say. I don't want to put that in, put things in their mouths when they haven't even spoke yet.
We don't know.
We've heard what we've heard as far as the small little itsy bitsy shit that they've let out, but we really haven't heard the full story come together. Oh, well, in the morning we woke up and, we got to we don't know how detailed her story really is because she hasn't even got to come up and speak her part yet because we can't even get to that process because Idaho courts are fucking idiots. How about that?
Yeah, 100%.
What are you doing down there? This shit should have already been to trial.
A long time ago.
There's cases that I've
But I think it's going to start in August for sure. I think everyone needs to take a vacation so we can cover this, so we can watch it.
Who was the jogger? Riley, or what was that girl's name that was killed by the guy who came over from, I don't know if it was Mexico, but that happened after the Idaho 4, and I mean like maybe
in Idaho
4 to 8 months after, and it's already had a trial done. Yeah, Lake and Riley. Thank you, Jersey. As soon as I see Lake, and I already know the end. Lake and Riley. So that happened way down the road afterwards, and already has a freaking resolution, a trial. It's finished. The grieving process is going on. Steve and again, Madison's dad, and my whole entire family. Same with Ethan, Xana, all of
I
them.
know.
Kaylee, like none of them can relax. They have to deal with a bunch of bullshit because fucking careless people who work for the state that you're paying the taxes to pay these fucking idiots to hand shit out like they're back in the cafeteria in the lunch days, fucking throwing French fries at each other. You want to see this leaked evidence? Like, what are we doing? Come on, bro. You're in a position for a reason. And you're over here, you want to see some leaked evidence? Like, come on. That's not like, you got to think about the families before you do some dumbass shit like that, or you shouldn't work that. If you're not a trustable person and you're out here flaunting and showing shit, I mean, I can show you this evidence real quick. It's probably the person leaking shit the whole time. And it is an issue. It is an issue when you have people breaking the law like that. They think they're above the law because they work for the law. And the problem is none of these guys get punished. And then people wonder why we walk around like, fuck the police. Like, it's not fuck the police, fuck all of them. It's, there's just a lot of pricks with badges who thinks they're, they think they're superheroes, but they're playing villain. Then 100%. you got police officers that are really good. There is officers out here that abide and literally are just, I think the world of them. There's just, so you have, there's just, you're going to get that. You're going to get douchebags in every sector. Couple of them, about a dozen.
That's true, 100%.
But so before I move on and pick at someone else's mind, what do you think is going to be the end all be all at the end of this trial? What will we see when this trial finally ends? What do you think the punishment?
I think he's getting the death penalty. He's in Idaho, and yeah, I think he's getting the death penalty. I mean, we already saw it with the Lori Daybell and Chad Daybell trial. They got the death penalty. So, I mean, she didn't, but he did. And now Lori's case is in Arizona, isn't it? Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think Idaho is, and they're going to get a jury. I mean, the judge is making sure that I think there's an extra 8 jurors. So if he's got to switch people around, he has that already backed up. He has it set up. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, he's getting the death penalty. And Ann Taylor, what she's trying to do is to save his life, that he doesn't get the death penalty, that he gets life in prison, which is her job. That's, good for her. But I don't think that's going to happen.
You guys know Todd. You guys know Todd, right?
Trial, they're going to retrial it, and
like you guys know Todd in chat, right?
I mean,
Todd?
I really hope he does get the death penalty because he needs to get 4 death penalties in this case.
Oh, my sound isn't on. That's why. You said, I hear you. Can you hear me? She can't. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I was talking
okay,
to
good,
myself.
good. You're good. No, you're good. So you know who Todd is, right? In chat, and everybody, give him your thought. He's one of those people that are grieving. He looked at Xana like a daughter.
Coach, correct?
Yes, that was her gymnastics coach, and I mean, like you got to think about it. That was one of his daughter's best friends, and he looked at her like a daughter and coached her, and shout out to what Todd's doing in her memory. I haven't went by and checked Todd, but I need to stop up on the page and give you a donation, man, towards that next reward, that next little girl. If you have another one, go. Let's get it going. Let's push it out there in Xana's memory and continue to do that. And I want to try to do it every year. We did it one year. Let's do it again. And again, everybody, Coach Todd in chat, show him some love and if you can. And he has a good program in Xana's memory, and I think it's beautiful that he is doing it that way. And I'm gonna contribute to it every year. I don't give a fuck if it's $1. Whatever I got, whatever I got extra, I want to contribute to it. And we put that next little girl to reach for her dreams like Xana did. And I like I said, that the program that he has set up over there is fantastic. He got to put that what's her name last year? Journey? Was it Journey? You got to put little Journey through her gymnastics, and that just lit me up seeing that a little kid was getting something, and that we were able to push and do something good. I like doing
Absolutely.
things good like that, and I want to continue to do that. So I appreciate you. Where are you calling from? And what's your name? You don't have to give me your real name or not like
It's
that. But
Maria. I'm
Maria?
Maria from Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay, Maria. I got you. I already know who you are. What the fudge?
Yeah, you do.
You've been around for a while. What are we talking about? I didn't even know this was you.
Since Kylie Rodney.
Yes, you've been around for a long time, girl. Shit, you've been around since I was Yokozuna. Now I'm David Spade. No, just playing. I'm just
100%. Yeah. I just don't go into Discord anymore, but I'm around. I'm here. I'm so glad you're back.
Shit,
It's
I
good
just
to see
started
you
going to
again.
Discord. I ain't been to Discord in like a month and a half, 2 months, and I just rolled back in there. I'm like, man, I miss everybody. I can't do this no more. I'm like, I had to download it back and shit because I deleted all this shit off my phone because I just didn't want to. Anything that was negative, I just didn't want to pay no mind to it. But we got Idaho 4 coming around, and positivity outrules the negativity and the darkness. So we need to continue to spread positivity each day, lift somebody up. That's why I say that. Lift somebody up, help somebody. Extend your hand
much
today.
better than you did yesterday. You got that negativity out, I think.
I do. Yeah, I got the negativity out. I was spitting off the top and I was being a little asshole, but I'm good now. I'm chilling. They know what time it is. I know they get that flame.
Yeah. Well, big hug to you. Keep doing what you do, and let's keep covering this case, Trev.
Absolutely. Oh, I just can't wait till they are able to get this, and hopefully, again, they don't push it back. I hope they don't push it back, even if it was a month or two. Like, I don't think it's gonna make a difference. A month or two, a year, 7 months, 5 years. It doesn't make a fucking difference. They got their evidence out. They got everything laid out that they're gonna use. It doesn't matter if it was leaked now or 5 years from now. People are never gonna forget what happened to Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, and Ethan. They're never going to forget that. They're going to always remember the shows that came on and they found out about the case, or when the case happened and they followed it. It's never going to disappear. So they better run this trial ASAP so these families can continue to move on. They can move on. It's hard to move 100%. On when you don't know the story and you're waiting at the mercy of the state you live in, hoping that they bring justice to your daughter. So again, I appreciate you. Thank you for being a voice in the community. Lock your doors. You know what time it is. I appreciate you.
I will. Thank you, Trevor. Have a good day.
No doubt. You too, Maria. Shout out to her. Good call. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Bob.
Go ahead. Do it.
No
Do
clap.
it. I won't. The straight snitch.
Shout out to her though. But she's got it. I think she's right about the what'd she say about exact? I can't remember the way she worded it. But back to the witnesses, they're gonna get hammered. What did she say though? I'm trying to remember how she worded it. I can't remember it now. It was on the tip of my tongue. I lost it. Lily said, "Hey Ty, what's going on, Lily?" Let me turn this on too. All right, you're good. Register. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate you, buddy. All right. Do not disturb. Put it on. Turn it off. Good. There we go.
The show is another reason she wants the trial delayed. Taylor writes, in sum, the 2-hour Dateline episode is uniquely...
Y'all remember the crazy lady that came around pretending to be Xana's grandma? Y'all remember that shit? And she tried to get Todd thrown in the mix a little bit. It was like, what? What is going on with this shit? 615-379-8325. Anybody can call in. Personally, I want to know what your thoughts are with questions or maybe things that you forgot about in the case, or maybe you're seeing something or you have a thought. Do you think that Bryan is innocent? Are you one of those people that are far on that left side away from a lot of people over here on the right who are saying, yeah, that's the fucking guy. He's cooked. What's up? We want to hear from you. And if not, you just sit back, twiddle your thumbs, and do what you do. In a sum, the 2-hour Dateline episode is uniquely prejudicial. in both tone and content. It said it constructs a speculative narrative and motive and guilt, features emotionally manipulative production elements, and amplifies unsupported theories through self-styled expert commentary. All time to air just weeks before the trial when juror impressions are most vulnerable. And yeah, okay. I see where we're going with it. I see where we're going with it. Yep. He said this year, Antonia was a recipient of Xana Kernodle's gymnastics scholarship. Man, like I said, dude, that's a great program, and that program bring a tear to my eye. Seriously, that program does, because the good, just you can feel the good energy that is going into it, and that's from you. You know, I would say Coach Todd. I'm gonna call you Coach Todd. Shit. That's from the energy that you bring, man. You got a good energy to you, and you just that, I could tell you want these kids to succeed and go in a good direction in life. And you could tell you play a big part. You play a big role of leading a lot of these kids into, positivity. And shout out to what you do, because what you do does play a big part on our communities, man. More than you'll ever give yourself props to even think about. You probably do so much gymnastics, or maybe you do know, but seriously though, that shit is like, people don't understand. Like, when you're working with the kids in the community, I give people big ups for that. Big ups. He said, be the rainbow in somebody's cloud.
Prejudicial in both tone and content. It constructs a speculative narrative around motive and guilt, features emotionally manipulative production elements, and amplifies unsupported theories through self-styled expert commentary, all timed to air just weeks before trial, when juror impressions are most vulnerable and voir dire least equipped to neutralize such deep-seated bias. And remember, Judge Hippler wants an investigation into the leaks, and so does Ann Taylor. She writes, depending on the results of the investigation into the leaks, a continuance may be inadequate. Once the sources of the leaks are identified and the full extent of misconduct revealed, the violations could warrant remedies more serious than delay. At the very least, however, a continuance is essential to allow the extremely prejudicial impact to partially subside and to give the court and the defense time to fully investigate and address the scope of the violations.
All right. So to talk about the defense's request for a continuance, I want to bring in Philip Dubé. He is court-appointed counsel out in Los Angeles, has done that type of work for many, many years. Philip, I'm not shocked by this request at all, especially given the Dateline special, but it seems to me that Ann Taylor had been working on this motion for a while. She'd been cooking this thing up, this 40-page motion for a while.
You the only one that, you can call back. Shit, I'll chop it up with your ass all morning. Ain't nobody want to talk. We over here scared. What are we talking about, man? Well, we're here talking the walls. Just kidding. And this year's Xana Kernodle's most inspirational award is to an amazing cancer survivor. Oh, send me the information, man. I want to share that one, and I also want to make a contribution my damn self again. Like I said, man, every year that it comes up, Todd, send that over to me. Don't really don't feel any type of way. Like, shoot it my way. I want it every year that you're doing it. That way I can share it. I want to contribute, send it out to the gang, and really anybody who wants to show love, show love. If you don't want to, that's you. That's your right. But definitely, I'll donate to it for sure, 100%. I'll donate to it right now. If anybody's gonna match me, I'll donate to it right now. We'll do it live on stream, and if anybody wants to match me, maybe we can, get some money up for these kids and put another kid do some gymnastics. How about that? Let's put another kid through, man. Cancer survivor. What a hell of a kid to fight cancer, man. They got to be a strong person, a very strong person. That child, they got to be a warrior. Guarantee it. He said, I'm here, fam. I missed you all so much. Missed you too, my friend. Nice to see you. Appreciate you coming by this morning. We're in here. We're in here.
A while, and then the line bomb lands in their lap and they kind of slide that in at the very end. What are your thoughts?
I got to tell you, I actually sympathize with Miss Taylor, and I've been there. I really have. Here you have a guy whose life is on the line, and she's basically telling the court, I'm not ready. And in all fairness to Mr. Kohberger, he has a right under the Sixth Amendment to effective assistance of counsel. And the case law has interpreted that right to include the right of counsel to be prepared. If counsel is not prepared, then it would be unfair for the state to proceed, because really then it's almost like a trial by ambush. And it's not Mr. Kohberger's fault that his counsel is not ready. But she is, under Idaho law, setting forth the requirement of good cause. Good cause to delay the trial means that she needs more time to prepare, to investigate, and certainly to look into that Dateline leak. That Dateline leak is significant constitutionally and statutorily for Bryan Kohberger, because under Idaho law, if that leak is in any way, shape, or form ascribable to the prosecution or law enforcement, she might be able to get counts dismissed or the case dismissed based on outrageous government conduct. And she owes it to her client to look into it.
You know how pissed off? Oh my goodness. Imagine the case get dismissed because of a fucking idiot. And I gotta use the F word because it's just, you know, a fucking idiot. Only a fucking idiot is so selfish that they would go and hand up evidence to make this show pop. Was it worth it? Was it worth your fucking $5,000 that you made, or 10 grand that they paid you so you could make these families suffer possibly longer? Shame on you. You might have did some good work in the case, but you just fucked everything up. And you know what? If you lose your job, I don't fucking feel bad either, because you didn't care about the families at the time. You didn't give a shit. That went out the window, right? Or am I tripping? You know, that's just my thought on it. That's my first thought. That's what comes to mind right then. It's like they thought they were doing something good, but in reality, were they just trying to get a little bit of bread, a little bit of money real quick? Oh, I can leak them some of this real quick. I can leak them that evidence. And, you know, we, and then you got Keith saying, oh, you know, we vetted ours. We, you know, they vetted it. So, okay. So you know who it is. It's a profile. It's the profiler, allegedly, maybe. I don't know.
To see if the state or law enforcement had a hand in that leak. And if they did, I'm telling you now, I could see a judge maybe kicking a count. Now, the practical reality of it is it's going to be a very unpopular ruling, and she would have to show outrageous government conduct. And on these facts, I'm not so sure that law enforcement or the DA's office had a hand in that leak. We saw something similar with the Richard Allen prosecution, the Delphi murders, where defense counsel had all the discovery, crime scene photos, autopsy photos in their conference room. And somebody misappropriated them and then leaked them. Well, it's not so outrageous or ascribable to the attorneys that happened, but instead you ascribe it to the person who actually did it. And a dismissal would be unfair under those circumstances.
Sure, of course. And obviously that leak in that Richard Allen case was, you know, completely inappropriate and horrible. It showed crime scene photos of Abby and Libby. It was awful. But this is on a much larger scale. And, you know, Philip, this was discovery material. Judge Hippler made it clear in his orders, ordering both sides to preserve all communications with people about the stuff. You know, he made it clear he thinks it did come from the state side, whether it was a current or former prosecutor or a current or retired member of law enforcement. He's made it clear he thinks it came from the state side. So the law enforcement side of things, you know, so, and he's made it clear too, he wants an investigation. So if it did come from law enforcement, and you know, there is a clip out there floating around of Keith Morrison saying they've developed a long list of people on the inside who are good sources. I mean, who would have access to that? You know, this is discovery material. This is stuff off of Bryan Kohberger's phone. That Google searches, his photos, all this stuff that your average Joe wouldn't have access to.
All the intermediaries of the attorney-client relationship would have most of the discovery. So that means, first of all, Ms. Taylor and her team, meaning her paralegals, her associates, her second chair, and whoever else she has. Additionally, anytime she appoints an expert, they get the file as well. Now, does that mean the expert leaked something? Who knows, but I sincerely doubt it, okay? But moreover, the prosecution has it. And they have a huge office of people. They have secretaries, they have paralegals, they have social workers, they have their own investigators. And then you have the outside agencies, namely the law enforcement agencies that are working with the prosecution. So there's no way to know unless you open up an investigation. But let's assume the judge appoints a special prosecutor. Based on my research, it's only a misdemeanor if somebody did that, or a contempt of court. A contempt of court under Idaho law carries 5 days max in the county jail and a fine. If you find that it was a form of obstruction of justice, and in other words, obstructing a public officer in the performance of duties, and in this case, it would be the judge. The judge is the public officer. It's a misdemeanor. So you really want to open up a huge investigation, appoint a public prosecutor, a special prosecutor, so you can get somebody on a misdemeanor. At some point, you have to cut your losses and use the voir dire process to find out what, if any, effect this has on a jury pool out there at large. Because I think that this can be cured during the voir dire process. You merely find out from all the prospective jurors what, if anything, they've heard, what, if anything, they may have seen on television. Did they even see the Dateline episode? If not, then in the end, it really could be much ado about nothing.
The Dateline part of this is just one piece of this puzzle. And we'll move on to the other pieces of the puzzle here in a moment. But it appears there is probably more than one potential leak. And so let's say somebody that wasn't a law enforcement officer handed this material that is discovery material to Dateline. What if it was a law enforcement officer who handed it over to a third party to work as an intermediary or a proxy, whatever? That's still a violation of the non-dissemination order, and it's still potentially a violation of Bryan Kohberger's rights.
Of course. Remember, all of these materials are under, euphemistically, we call it a gag order, but really it's a protective order. And it's designed to prevent him from being prejudiced pre-trial. The goal is to make sure he gets a fair trial where he gets an untainted, impartial jury. And if everybody got a taste or a whiff of the evidence and maybe formed final opinions about him, he's not going to get a fair trial. But it goes back to what I said earlier, why Ann Taylor wants more time to look into this, is because if she can show that this was in fact an intentional leak on the part of law enforcement, her remedy is to bring a motion for a dismissal based on outrageous government conduct. And the court can suppress evidence, the court can kick counts, the court can dismiss the entire prosecution outright. So there's a lot at stake for her client. And truthfully, I think it would be—
Hold on, one fumble by the state could open up for a more deeper probe check for more errors on the record. And it's a good point, though. That is a good point. I didn't think about that. I'm starting to think that the defense leaked this info to Dateline. Damn. The defense leaked it. Like that. Imagine the twist and turn on that one. The defense leaks that to Dateline. I gotta think about that. I've seen it once, but I'm seeing that now. I'm seeing it twice. I'm trying to process actually the defense leaking this out there. Like, just say fuck it. I'm gonna give them this, and they can run with it. We sourced our people. We sourced our folks. Okay, we sourced them. What's going on, DJ G Master? He said it's reality, unfortunately for those victims, but that says a lot about the trustworthiness of the investigation, which is like, What trustworthy? There ain't nothing. I feel like it's a quiet investigation behind the scenes. They're fighting it out while you got a lot of the public trying to pry into everything that they can, and they're being successful.
It would be legal malpractice for her not to look into it. She now has something to hang her hat on, and that would be fascinating to see how courageous Judge Hippler would be on these facts. Seriously doubt it. There's a body of case law already developed on this issue, not just in Idaho, but federally, where prosecutors and law enforcement have eavesdropped on attorney-client privileged communications and seized on their theory of the case, their defenses, their strategies, their tactics, and even under that set of facts, the courts haven't found that it rose to that level of outrageous conduct, and they denied the motion to dismiss. So even assuming that she brings her motion, it doesn't mean it will get granted, but I still think she's duty-bound to investigate it and to bring it.
Well, and then if the case still proceeds to trial and say they do identify the leak and it is law enforcement and that person's on the stand, she can then grill that person about that as well.
It's fair game. Absolutely. And again, I think criminally, the only thing that could happen is a 5-day contempt in jail. Yeah. Or they could file that misdemeanor, which I doubt they would do. You cannot compel a prosecutor to file criminal charges against their own, especially if it's just a measly misdemeanor. There's not enough meat in it to even pursue it. But I can tell you, whoever did this, their career is over.
Right. Let's go now to the other issues. She says, I haven't had enough time. I'm not ready, like you mentioned earlier. I haven't had enough time to investigate all the theories of the case, alternate suspects, all that stuff. I need more time. Simply, I just need more time. And, I need more time to look into mitigation stuff, family.
Over here talking to myself, I need to start paying attention. But anyways, like, all you hear from her is, I need more time. We need more time. We need more time. You might be able to fucking make a 30-minute reel of, I need more time. Judge, but I need more time with all this stuff so I can investigate this situation so seriously. I gotta get sick of this need more time shit.
History, all this stuff. And this is a capital case. And she's basically saying to the judge, you might be causing, by not giving me more time, reversible error.
And she's absolutely correct. It is not uncommon in the criminal defense world where counsel has a capital case that has been pending for 4 or 5 years. It can take a long time to work up that mitigation. I cannot tell you, Anjanette, often we have to send in investigators, or we ourselves have to travel abroad to meet with ancestors, to meet with relatives of our client. They live in Europe, they live in Africa, they live in Central America. We have to bring interpreters with us to interview people, get statements, to find out what, if anything, went on during that client's life. Right. What went on in their childhood? What went on in school? What went on in utero, for all we know? What was the client exposed to during gestation? All of that has to be vetted because a jury could hang their hat on for purposes of a mercy verdict. And if you don't look into it, it could be a form of ineffective assistance of counsel because the client has that right, not just in the guilt phase, but also in the penalty phase to have the effective assistance of his counsel. And to let it go and to not even try to get more time, I think it could win a reversal, maybe on the penalty phase, but not on the guilt phase.
So, Philip, if you're a betting man, does Judge Hippler grant this continuance?
I'm optimistic. She's going into court with really valid grounds. She's not saying, look, I have a prepaid planned vacation. I'm going to a destination wedding, in Cabo San Lucas, anything like that. She needs the time to work up her client's case. And to turn her down when she has so feverishly asked for it and shown the good cause, I think his hands will be tied to turn her down. Now, what he might do is give her a short continuance and keep her on let's take a look at your progress maybe in a month or two and then revisit the issue, but maybe not give her as much time as she wants for now. But I think for now, he should give her at a minimum a brief continuance so she can show good faith efforts and in earnest that she needed that time.
What's brief? Like in court time, that could be, what is that, 60 days, 30 days? What's brief?
Personally, I think 90 days would be fair to keep her on a short leash. I mean, the practical reality of it is 90 days is not a long time. And when you need to do investigations, interview people, get people out in the field to canvass, talk to people, get statements, turn it over to the prosecution, they are likewise going to need time to look at it so they can rebut it. Last thing you want to do is ambush the prosecution with all your investigation and leave them hamstrung during the mitigation phase of a trial. So it kind of works both ways, and it could be that the prosecution might need time. Now, oftentimes what we do too as defense lawyers, we stipulate to a reasonable continuance for the prosecution. So even though we need the time, we will not object.
So hold up. As of now, no specific individual has. Let me make sure my mic is on so I'm not talking to myself. Okay, here we go. Just got to make sure. So I was trying to just look up. I wanted to see if there was any rumblings of anybody who, you know, had went to the, or I'm sorry, who leaked this information. So it says, as of now, again, no specific individual has been publicly identified as the source of the leaked information from the Bryan Kohberger case that was featured in the May 9th episode of NBC's Dateline. Now, however, damn, fruit fly. Judge Stephen Hippler has indicated that the leak likely originated from someone associated with law enforcement or the prosecution team, suggesting a probable violation of the court's gag order. Now, in response to the leak, Judge Hippler has ordered both the prosecution and defense to submit lists of all individuals who had access to the sensitive information shared in the Dateline episode. Now, this includes details such as Kohberger's internet search history, cell phone records, and surveillance footage. And the judge emphasized the importance of identifying the source of the leak to uphold the integrity of the trial and ensure a fair judicial process. Now, this is going to be a shitty situation if there's no admission and nobody, you know, gets found, because how do you forget about that? That's going to be something that the defense will be singing in that courtroom to the jurors, and it might just sway them. It might be enough to sway the jurors to think negatively on this case. So that person who thought maybe they were doing a favor, or maybe they were hard up on money, whatever it may be, I just don't understand what would prompt you besides money, besides you needing fucking money because you are a heavy partier or something, and you need to make some quick money. And you know, if you turn to Dateline, this is a hot commodity. They might pay 20 grand for it. They might pay 50 because this story's crazy and people want to know what's going on in it. And you know what? Information is valuable out here, and people will grab it no matter where it comes from, what law is broken. They don't give a shit, because they're not the one breaking the law. Yeah, they're letting old Isaiah Rico over here break it. You know what I mean? So they don't care. I love Dateline, but at the same time, it's not his fault. It's this reckless person's fault who our tax dollars are going to, and paying them people over in the house over here in this courthouse or whatever, municipal building, whatever you want to call it, right? They're over here. We're paying for it. But the same people who are crooked as fuck, handing shit over, breaking regulations, and, you know, not giving a shit, stomping around like they're fucking Batman with a badge on their chest, thinking they're the shit. I can't stand those type of people. Get the fuck out of here. Get your ego. Carry your ego out the fucking door and take that damn cape off and leave it on your fucking desk, because you are not Superman, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? The fact that I don't think that person realizes how much damage this can cause. And they just might have to live with it if it does. You know? Imagine they dismiss the case because of that. Go talk to the families, Mr. or Mrs. whoever, you know, the leaker. Go talk to him. Imagine that shit. Because they're saying it was possible, right? Are you calling me a goofy? You're stupid. What did I say? The name Brenda? Goofy snitch? I'm just playing. What's going on, Brenda? Ann took another death penalty case. Why, if she needs more time? Right, she needs more time, but yeah, she's willing to dive headfirst into a death penalty case. I didn't know she did that until you just told me. What case is that? You said Ann took another case too, and the judge was like, hire more paralegals, Bewitch says, I'm sure Dateline has impressive lawyers and plenty of dollars. You said, yeah, wouldn't they have to follow the law, or does apply differently to them because they are, you said what? They're the entity, or they are? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I am not sure. Jip says, wow, who are they that they don't have to reveal in such a serious matter? But SG and his lawyer were the only non-court people on that list. Hint, hint. So I see you're hinting. Are you saying that SG is the one who possibly floated that shit up out there like Batman? Is that what I'm seeing in here? Is that what I'm reading through this shit right here? We talking about Gypsy. Talk to me now. Talk to me nicely, you know? One second, I had to look this up. Garasus. Okay, here we go. I had to put this in the bottom right here. I don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like they wouldn't, but then you just never know with this case anymore, man. You don't. Next thing you know, it's gonna be prolonged again. Now covering new updates and leaks in the Bryan Kohberger case. Ladies and gentlemen, call in live with your thoughts at 615-379-8325. Now, unsealed details, 911 call breakdown, trial fairness, and what it means for justice in the Idaho 4 case. Stay informed, stay involved, be a voice. Let's hear from you. What are your thoughts on this case as it sits? What is it? Talk to me. You're just too scared to pick up the phone. That's fine too, because I can talk all day long. They call me Motor Mouth. You know? What's going on, High Priestess? Nice to see you, my friend. Always nice to see you, my friend. Same as Rabbit Hutch. I seen you sneak in here earlier, Rabbit. I seen you sneak in here earlier. You said Dateline has zero repercussions because they're press. Freedom of... No, absolutely. Bridget, absolutely. Agreed. If they get their hands on it, they get their hands on it. In fact, they've been doing this shit for years. They know what time it is. They had a similar situation like this with the I want to say it was the AJ Armstrong case. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if you remember, you can see like, yo, damn, the Eric Armstrong case. Yeah, there was definitely some type of debacle with information getting leaked out in the Eric Armstrong case. But yes, if you've been here for a while, you know the number was always what? 219-885-9693. It is now changed officially to 615-379-8325. Again, it's 615-379-8325. I'll get a little saying down with it pretty soon. But yeah, I mean, that's really it on the shit that leaked out. Now I'm curious about what's going to happen with it, but I'm praying for the families that this trial proceeds August 11th and that it's underway. You know, how long does it take for you to find out, oh, it's unfair for Bryan? Yeah, okay. Trying to hear that shit all day. You said, according to what I found, what'd you find? You said freedom of press doesn't apply because they're not federally protected. You said, man, they apparently reported the G page off Facebook. I'm dozing of it. What? What is going on now? Hold on, you tripping? You said, okay, did anyone see that it was Ethan was attacked going up the steps? All right, hold on. Hear me here. Hear me out right here. Somebody told me that, did I see this or did somebody, I swear somebody told me that Ethan got blade, like the K-bar in his calves in a ritualistic way, like boom, and pulled it down? Or am I picking up the wrong information? You know, like, talk to me. Am I picking up the wrong information? I need to know that, because somebody told me that he got it stuck in his calf and pulled down or some shit like that. You said there's no federal shield law for them. Really? No federal shield law whatsoever? He said they said he was carved. Man, that shit is. They should carve his ass right in that courtroom. So why should he get another spared couple months? Right? Send his ass over to Texas where they actually, you know, they make sure that these deaths are lined up. They make sure they're getting done. Legs carved. They said he was carved. Legs carved in bed. Dateline maybe. Carved lower legs. I remember D, we were talking about my mama D's the one who put me onto all the updates. Shit. She put me onto all the updates the other night. I called up, watched that episode, which it's really good. I wish we could watch it on here together. That's how good it is. To me. Anyways. But
if the prosecution needs more time.
I do have another one.
So it's sort of a give and take. And if you agree to that, the prosecution won't balk.
Philip Dubé, thanks so much for your time.
Okay. One second. So I kind of want to go over a little something here so it's clear to the people who are like, man, what's going on? Like, you know, what could possibly happen? What might not happen? Is there, you know, going to be some type of stoppage here? Is it going to be prolonged, right? Annette, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you coming in. My friend Steffi C says, yes, this crime was heinous. Definitely was. Let me see. 412, I'm on with you. Out of the blue. I don't know what's going on, but you are live this morning. Talk to us. How you doing this morning? Is this Pittsburgh?
Good morning. Good morning.
What's going on, Pittsburgh?
Long time no talk to.
Long time no talk to. You were live this morning. We were chilling here. What is it? What are we right now? 7:40 a.m. What's going on this morning with you? First of all, before we dive into the Kohberger topic and situation here, what are we getting into this morning? What we got going on?
Well, I got up early this morning. I'm taking my grandson to work. I'm getting ready to go do the dash and just have a good day.
God bless.
Yeah,
what you making before you move on to this conversation too about that? What are you dashing? Like if you did a full 10 hours, how much you making?
About 200, like 160 to 200.
Yeah, you need to come to Nashville.
10 out.
You need to come to Nashville, man. You make 500 a night.
I know. I've seen it. I wish I could. I could.
Yeah, you get it out. You could get it out there too. It just depends. But
I mean, I just gotta get in track with it. Like, you know, I just really started it because, you know.
Get it. Well, this is what you got to do. You got to get a Toyota Prius. First of all, you got to get the one that has like 52 to 62 miles per gallon. Once you get that,
no, I got the hybrid. I got the Toyota hybrid Camry.
I'm big into hybrids, man. I love them so much.
I love it.
I'm the same like you. Hey, I didn't need that Camry. What's up? Let me get that off you. 15 grand right now. I'm just playing.
Huh?
I said, let me get that. She said, huh?
What you say, trade?
So how you been? Where's your mind been with this case? Like, as you've been following it, I know you follow it. You're an avid follower of the Idaho 4 case, and you've been here with us for a very long time, as you know, pretty much the majority. Like, where are you at with it at the standpoint of now we got people in court fucking off, thinking they can just hand evidence over to shows, and there's no consequences, even if it's in the defense or, you know, against the defense. They think it's like, oh, you know, they're macho. It seems like they feel like they are above everything around them.
To be honest, I mean, I don't know about nobody else, but I honestly don't think that the police or the prosecution had anything to do with it as far as putting it out there.
Right.
Simply because they've held their tongues to the point of YouTube rape of the victims and the families and everything. Like, I mean, they've let that shit go on all this time and have never said a word.
It's not right
about what's really going on in the case.
Right.
Like, nobody knew none of that stuff like that, in that format. You know what I mean? Like we were, it was a lot of stuff that was said, but honestly, most of what was, all of what was said isn't even, what do you call it? Admissible for the most part. Like, so I don't know, but I will say this, and nobody's looking, but it's mighty damn funny. But that man, remember that man that was on Kohberger's team? He's gone now.
Which one?
The
The ball
one that
head?
was writing
You talk about Mr.
bald-head
Clean?
storyteller.
Mr. Clean?
What's his name? Yeah, Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
He done left. Once you leave the scene and you ain't got, I mean, quote unquote, you should be able to shut your mouth and you are an attorney. But at the end of the day, he would have all that information too. But he left the team. The same way where there's a lot of people that have left the team. So I don't really think anything is going to happen. But I honestly think it came from the defense. In some way, some form, it came from the defense. Because the only person that benefits
is the defense.
Is the defense.
Yeah. You know, that's a good point. I'm glad you painted it like that because I really didn't think of it that way. But go ahead.
Yeah, like the prosecution's ready. They've been ready. Every time the defense gets to talking ish, they be like, all right, let's go to court. Okay, let's go to court. Okay, let's go to court. So Anne's just trying to put it off some way or another because she knows that man is guilty because of his behavior. But at the same time, she feels sorry for him. So she don't want him to get the death penalty. She's trying to find a way to keep him from the death penalty. But other than that, I mean, but as far as it being put off, I personally don't like the fact that it's being put off. I feel like there's an attack on the family. Like this morning, I turn on YouTube. I see something on one of these Kohberger type of shows, so I hit it, and the first thing they started talking about was how they have removed the Gonzalez family page.
Yeah,
reporting.
That's what I was just seeing.
And I'm like, why? Like, I'm sorry. I don't have, if my daughter were murdered like that, nobody say shit to me.
That's
my language.
No, you good.
I just that's why I get so involved in this case, because the injustice that continues and continues year after year, and now we got a delay of some sort. I'm a little mad at Dateline for putting it out right now. Like, they could have put it out, I don't know, the day of court. Like, you know, because it has delayed it seems to be the only thing and one of the big things that could delay the case, because the further away we're away from it, blah, 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 blah. I'm here to tell you
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Like, but you know, but anyway, it's neither here nor there. I just don't like. I love all of the information coming out, because if there were no gag order, we'd have more than that. That's what's killing me about this. Like, and whoever is talking ish about Dateline has no coverage. How do you think Dateline has been in business for all of these years?
Right. No doubt. And come on, like, I've been watching Dateline for 10 plus.
And they're not going to give up their source. And matter of fact, they're going to hire an attorney for the source if they come after the source eventually. This is not.
We've been watching Dateline for a long time. We've been watching that shit for 10 plus. That's minimum.
Yeah. Listen, I'm 55. I've been watching. I think it's been like 20 years. More, like, listen, Dateline is right, Dateline. That's Dateline.
It's crazy to think that it's been that long. Shit, I've been watching First 48 for over 20 years. Damn near.
Yeah, Dateline been out since that man's hair was dark.
This is crazy.
It's been out forever. I mean, I like Dateline though. I mean, I always know I can count on them to give me the real deal, true story And they was giving up such. What was funny to me was they was giving up so much tea that the judge said,
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
That's the investigate. I love all of the information out. I'm an information person. I need to know.
Right. Like what the shit that they showed on the Dateline episode, like when you seen it, what was your shock factor from 1 to 10? Like were you shocked, or were you like, yeah, come on, I know this dude's getting buried. I've been saying this shit. We've been telling them digital evidence is gonna burn this dude's ass up. I've been telling people this. Hey, watch.
Yes,
it's
all
not
it was
done
was,
yet. It's not done.
And that's only Brian's phone. That's only his phone. Wait till they break up. Wait till they show us how they broke it open the computer. How they done broke it up. Let's remember the things that they collected in the apartment. The little Wi-Fi thing in the back. What was it? The Amazon stick and listen. I'm mad at the Kohberger.
How long you been gone this morning? How long you been gone this morning? I bet you've been recorded 95% of the time.
What
happened? You know what I'm saying? So like we live in a society now, sis, where you cannot go out without being on camera. So why do these people think they're gonna get away with these fucking crimes that they're obsessed about? It's like, it's weird.
They're weird as hell. And for it to
all
all be
I
happening
want
in
you to
America
touch on
like
what
this.
you were gonna say. I didn't mean to cut you, but I was just thinking, like, damn, like every time we step out, we're pretty much being recorded. You got ring cams everywhere. People got cameras on almost damn near every house. Not everybody, but you get what I'm saying.
I upgraded my phone, and my phone showed me where I could just record off of the cell phone. Like,
Stay with it. You got a dash in the car? You need a dash cam. You need a dash cam for people who try to lie on you and car crashes and shit too. If somebody smokes you in it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. But like, it lets me record phone calls. Like, listen, I don't know, it's some new upgrade I did. It made my phone into a new phone. But
right.
But listen, you're really right. Like, I don't. It's the fact that there's so many people that are goofy enough to think that you're not on record. It's not by everyone. You can think there's no one around. You're in the middle of the woods and you'll be on camera. But so I don't know why they continuously think that that's okay and that you can just like you're going to just get away. You're not getting away with anything nowadays. And I'm upset over the fact that it keeps happening in America like this. Like all these school shootings in America, all of these killings and serial killers. We have the most serial killers and the longest serial killer in history. Why is that? That's my thing. Why is it such a are we that spoiled? Because I've learned that spoiled people really, really, really have mental conditions. But they really do. Like, they really, really do. It's not going on in another country like it is over here. I mean, well, maybe in London, I think but that's it. Yeah. Who you telling? And it makes no sense. I'm just like, okay. I mean, you all going to jail. America better definitely state and just put everybody over there. California upgraded, change it into a whole prison because I'm telling you, these people stupid.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Like, and I've committed a crime, and I couldn't get away with my crime. And it's okay that I didn't get away with my crime, but I didn't commit the crime that was going to put me away for the rest of my life or, like, ruin me. I just did something stupid in the 90s. But what I'm saying is, the rest of these people, they just as stupid about murder.
Mm-hmm.
Murder? Ooh. It's over for murder.
I mean,
they not gonna let
what'd you see on that Dateline? What'd you see on that Dateline?
Okay, so what I saw on the Dateline, Oh my God, it was so. It's so good. I keep saying I gotta watch it again.
You know what I
I want
mean?
to
I'm
watch
the
it like
type. I gotta do
5
that
times.
too. I'll watch it again before I go to sleep in a little bit. Like I'll go in there,
But I will
put it
say this:
on.
I was shocked at them saying like Ethan's leg carved. Like I remember hearing that his leg was carved, right? But I didn't believe that his leg was carved because I thought it was just a rumor. And then I'm listening to it on Dateline. You know, I think Dateline, they got all the facts. I was like, what? His legs was carved? Because I remember Ethan having 2 autopsies.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say, why did he have 2 autopsies? You know what I mean? Like, I guess they'll explain that in court, but that's weird. But okay, we'll go with whatever that they're saying that they're saying. But I know it's weird.
There could be several different reasons for that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know it, and I can't wait to hear that. But it adds up to like, okay, so he has these. Ethan is different from the rest of them. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's something I don't know what they're keeping from it. Like, I like the hints at what I can actually look at and try to start digging into. Those are the things that I would dig into. Right. He was carved. What was carved into him? You know, like those are the things that I wish YouTube commentators, pro burgers, those people, those digging people that dig into nothing would dig into that. Mm-hmm. So we can just hear some more stuff. I don't like I'm sorry, he did it. It isn't about him, did he do it, did he didn't do it. It's why did he do it? And you know what I mean? Like
the ID cards that we're talking about in chat, right? I need to watch it back again. Were these ID cards the ones that we heard about a fucking long time ago before this was even leaked? So it's really been leaked before it was leaked? Like, what are we talking about? Right. Because we've been talking about ID cards on here for over a year. I don't know what people are talking about. They found out on Dateline. Like,
it's in the PCA.
Man, we heard that shit from Jennifer Coffindaffer back in 1966. Pick up sticks. You know, right before she about to retire. You know what I mean? Like, we heard that shit. I could have sworn she broke that shit on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. No slide, no shot at Jennifer Coffindaffer, but I mean, when you work in the FBI for double-digit years, I'm pretty sure you might be able to make a few phone calls and get a little bit of information.
Yeah. She gets something. All she gotta do is go in the office.
I'm just saying. I'm not trying to accuse her of putting information out. I'm just saying when you worked in the FBI for 10 plus, you probably have some contacts. You can make a couple calls. What do they got on Bryan Kohberger? Oh, well, they got they found a latex glove in his ass and whatever.
But I bet you whoever the source, like the source to Dateline is, they sitting back fat and pretty in their money because that was the money they put out there. It was like, I mean, from all of the Bundy studies and the new pictures and how high he looked, like it's a case study just to watch Dateline. Mm-hmm. I could watch the Dateline and try to dig through that so hard. By the time I look up from Dateline, it'll be time for the trial. I don't care if they do delay it. But what I'm saying, that's how good and so much information was in there. I was just like, oh,
it's because it's because we pretty much have been handed a pile of micro pieces of evidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even the main things. Like, we've been handed this pile, like at the beginning, right? Like, here you go, push it all in. Oh, you got her coming face to face with it, but the story's not explained. So here we are arguing it out, trying to figure out what happened. Why didn't Dylan call the police? Why she got so scared? She came face to face with him, but she didn't call the police. You get what I mean? Like, there's so many different aspects.
I was like, wait, like when they said Dylan ran down in her room, like there's been so much information. I'm mixing it up from just information to Dateline information, but her running downstairs and them being up almost the whole night, but only maybe getting 2-3 hours of sleep, the fear in the voice, him going up there to see Xana, the girl seeing Xana when she's running down the steps, but she thinks she's just drunk. She wasn't sure, like, oh, that had to, but that was a
Do you know
horror
what
show.
where's this drug talk coming from? Because when it comes to the drugs, like as far as, and I did kind of like a deep dive investigation into it myself, and just really, talking to the people that maybe knew of. I'm not going to put people on Front Street, but only thing I've heard was drinking and some beer or and some marijuana. That's it. Like,
yeah.
Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
That ain't like that. Don't talk drugs to me. I want to like if you start talking about ecstasy and they were snorting coke, you better come with some facts that shows
They
that.
already came out with.
You get what I'm saying?
They already came out with the toxicology for them.
Mhm.
No, I repeat, no drugs.
Right.
So everybody just shut up. Just shut up.
See
I
what I'm
don't believe
saying?
toxicologist before I believe you with the
I'm getting these whole getting
and
tired.
the cartel and the gang banging. Like y'all got Idaho.
It's crazy, man. Ain't shit going down in no damn. That's a beautiful town. I would want to,
Like,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like I would
that's
want my
like
kids
they
to go to
settled
school
down
there.
forever. I'm safe here, town. What do you mean? They got the cartel.
That's crazy. You say
They're
yeah.
high drugs.
So like this is the thing though. Like when you my question for you on this
But
one.
that's why I'm glad about the information, because like maybe it'll stop the Kohbergers eventually to calm down. But see, now they've latched on to the fact that this case can be delayed behind it. So now they're going to start whining and bitching and moaning and twisting and turning instead of actually looking at what was said and what was done and how it was done.
Right.
Just like, seriously. Like, seriously, have y'all looked at, like, he got so much shit going on with him.
DoorDash
It's ridiculous. Like his family is coming for him.
Right. And they supposed to be
family knows.
snitching on his ass and shit. Yeah, like I mean the things that you're hearing is I can't wait to this trial and I can't wait till it gets to the juiciness. And that's gonna be probably what dates. I don't know. I can't even predict it because this shit's been crazy.
This thing supposed to last for 3 months or something. Ooh, that's a lot of information.
Man,
that's a lot.
By the time at the end of that shit, I'm gonna be getting sick and tired of all these people. They be trying to get the hell out of there.
Oh yeah, they just gonna be like, oh hell no. But I really, like I said, as far as the leak goes, if it came from either side, I would say that it's definitely gonna be coming from the defense's side mostly. I believe that Dateline has had a lot of that information for quite a bit of time. They were holding off. I don't know why they didn't hold off for a little while longer. I'm a little mad about that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's going to be any repercussions to anyone. We already know Dateline is in the clear. Dateline is they're in the clear, and they're not going to give up their source. Like, you're going to have to find the source on your own in the digital community. But hey, if you got it like that, the digital world will give up whoever did it. But whoever did it, I'm sure they ain't in there. They were a part of the whole thing, but they no longer work. And now they got them a nice little fat little retirement chunk. So, and there's several sources. You know what I mean? Like the way Dateline was talking, I was like, damn, did they have a meeting? Like,
Yeah. No doubt.
But then, like, that's just Kohberger's phone. That's what kills me. Like, everybody's all, how did you do that? Well, who has a damn phone? And even if it is like the investigator that goes through the phone or anybody out of his office,
I feel you know what? I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I know you're talking about something totally different, but I'm thinking about these ID cards, right? And I'm just sitting here. This again is cooking in my mind. I swear, when Jennifer came on here, I said, "Hey, look, I remember Chris Cuomo bringing up some ID cards or something was taken from somebody." So I asked the question, and she said, "Yeah, he got a phone call from, allegedly a witness or somebody who had inside information on these ID cards."
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So She said that on here. Now, she didn't say it was 100% definitively true, but she was saying the word is, and it's out there. It's still on the net. It's on the interwebs. You can go press play on it. I mean, we heard about that leak fucking over a year ago, is what I'm trying to say.
The
So they,
newest thing I
know-
heard about was Kohberger's phone, the Bundy situation, how many times he's gone through Bundy, what did he do? He
pretty much if he could fuck Bundy,
Chinese
he would.
girl, but
You know what I mean?
Huh?
If he could fuck Bundy, he would. That's that's what we seen or heard. You know, from literally.
Like I knew he was obsessed about something. I just couldn't pinpoint it.
God,
and I don't, for
man.
whatever reason, I kept saying it can't be BK. It just can't be BK. Like Kohberger thinks he's more debonair than BK. I was like, but it doesn't seem like Bundy. But it could be Bundy. It's a kind of Bundy-ish, but it's also American Psycho-ish. Maybe he likes all of these. But I think
What did he sit in the chair for?
Serial killer.
So allegedly, he sat in the chair in Xana's room. Remember? Like, did you hear that? Did I hear the same thing? That's it.
Yeah. He sat down and created a butt cheek of blood, but like
what was he doing?
He was
sitting there watching his work.
He was man. That was a lot of work, a lot of emotions, and he sat down either to wait to get caught, like fuck it, I'm caught now, because I believe he went in there to rape and kill Maddie.
Right.
When he got in there, there's Miss Kaylee and this bitch, so he beat her up and fucked her up because she in the fucking way. She done fucked up his plan, and now
he went into a psycho. He went into a psycho fucking. You know what I mean?
Little rampage. Right. Exactly. That's how I feel. And by the time he done had to chase the girl down the steps and get her and get him, and then he sat down. Like you know, when you're coming back into your mind, we all sit down, pass out. We have a woosah.
I mean, this is the talk of the town right now with everybody who's talking about this case, and it's what could happen because of the Dateline leak, right? And you got the compromise. You got the compromise of a fair trial. I'm gonna talk about all the points here. You got one, again, a compromise of a fair trial, and the leak could bias potential jurors. That's what they're arguing. Also, if jurors already heard key evidence outside of the court, how can we guarantee Bryan Kohberger gets a truly fair trial? That's another thing that they wrote and put down in the argument. The violation of the gag order. Now, court rules were broken. Obviously, we know that. The judge could hold someone in contempt of court, and it may lead to a tighter restriction moving forward. I wonder what's going to happen there. I'm very curious. And it says this leak wasn't just bad journalism. It may be illegal. Nah, that shit was definitely illegal. Exclusion of key evidence. Now, leaked info like Kohberger's search history or phone data may now be challenged in court. And also, some evidence could be thrown out, which would weaken the prosecution's case. And could a Dateline episode ruin months of police work?
Who is that?
Could it? You know what I mean? So this person who showed
because
this,
none of it is admissible. This is what listen, whoever leaked it, now that's what brings me back to maybe it's the prosecution. Because whoever leaked it, they did not leak anything that's really coming into this case.
right?
And they took pictures of the phone. They didn't hand over the phone. They took pictures. The pictures come from in the phone. Somebody took a picture of the phone, okay? So there's nothing that is anything that's not going to do anything. Like as far as like the case goes, it's not going to do anything. Now it may, and I have to concede, it may delay. And I hope, oh God, like, okay.
Bridget got a good point. She said, you know, Dateline was spot on because the judge is so mad. Yeah, for real though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All he did was confirm it. Yeah. Now he may have just called himself. Hell,
behind the scenes, bro.
I'm such a conspiracy theorist. I thought it was the judge in them. Like the judge is getting mad about.
They should have took that shit behind the scenes right there, straight up. But they couldn't with the judge. With especially with the defense right there. Ann's gonna make sure everybody hears it.
That's what I said. Soon as when he brought it up, I was like, God damn it!
Here comes Ann.
Fucking Ann. Here come Ann, little Miss Ann.
Back on her, 50 spiels. You know, going off into 20 different tangents. Well, under the Idaho 4th Constitution of the 35, subjection of the 85-25 law, and
But
you
see,
know,
that's right. That was all that bald head dude too. See, they get on my nerves.
you said the 80 subjection of the adjuctible of the deducible of like all that crazy shit. It sounds like damn. I feel like I'm doing, what do they call it? Back at the worst math. Oh, I feel like I'm doing algebra when I listen to her talk. I'm like, damn.
I know, right? They get on my nerves. I was so mad. That was the only thing that pissed me off was the fact that. But I don't even know if he's going to postpone it. So until he postpones it, I'm not going to get mad, and I'm not going to get mad if he do. Hold on one second.
Oh, you good? That shit's crazy.
Go ahead. Do it. I want you to. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
These families need justice, period.
Till I make them up and down like a man.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm dropping him off at school. He's tight with it. Like,
Yeah, fucking donkey.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, back to the case. I nothing's gonna happen but as far as like the delay and everything, like I'm hoping that the judge doesn't delay it because it really doesn't make a difference. Like it really makes no difference because all I think about is if this is like, it goes all the way back to, remember when we first came out and it was just a PCA and I was like, well, this is the amount of stuff they've got. It's gonna be so much more.
Right. Exactly.
Next time they did something else, the next thing they said about they're like, the PCA's lying, like, but I don't listen to a lot of people about a lot of things, like, because the PCA isn't lying. It was formed a little oddly, but it wasn't lying. So then, okay, so moving forward.
Right. It was the statements at the time. You know, it wasn't corrected. It was, you get what I'm saying? Like, it was the statements taken.
Yeah, it was just
they
like
used this, they put it
deal.
together. Now they maybe tightened it up a little bit more and filled in a little bit more detail. That's how I'm looking at that.
Mm-hmm. And then,
what the fuck is the shoe doing in the PCA? You know, they think about it. What's that fucking shoe doing in the PCA? Did they find a shoe at one of Bryan's spots that matched the shoe in there, and that's why they showed it in the PCA? Trust me, I got questions about that shit.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. And did you hear the judge?
They might have tied it back to one of his shoes. What if they got the pattern on there? He smoked.
Listen, no, they said that they was going to do a viewing when they admit knives and so forth, and you're going to need, like, the judge let it out in court, but I think they might even have the knife, because all I kept saying the whole time, you know, they keep on digging and looking until the trial's over about everything. Like the Brian Laundrie case, and them, they was digging. They was looking for.
Hey, look, I don't know what type of house is, like, God bless, you know, and rest in peace to these four, because they definitely didn't, you know, deserve this. But this is what this shows and teaches from this day forward, is that when you can carry. When a motherfucker walks in the house like that, you should be able to walk them down right there.
Yeah.
Somebody breaks in this bitch and I don't notice you, bro. I'm killing you. I'm shooting to kill.
Yeah.
I don't got time to find out who you want to hurt in my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't got time to find out. There's no time to conversate. I'm gonna let the bullshit come out, and then
and then I'll just take the repercussions later. You in my house.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I tell people all the time, I put, like, man, if you watch out how you approach me in public, I'm not out here trying to fucking start shit with people. So if you come out on some goofy shit, on some internet goofy shit, like you've been talking, like you liable to get yourself in a situation that you weren't ready to be in. Because I don't fuck with nobody, so leave me alone. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mind my business. I work on my own. I don't bother like, you stay, you mind your personal space, and
I'll stay on over here.
Right, exactly.
I'll stay on over here, and I'm gonna stay on over here before it gets to be some shit.
Certainly.
Okay, because you don't know me, but I know me. Like, you know.
Oh, did you? Hold on. What's the shit that he was? It was the internal investigation, right? What he was demanding that they hand a list over of who had access to the evidence. I would like to see that list.
Yeah.
I would like to
He
see
told
it.
he told the prosecution, I want all of your stuff. But at the end of the day, they already went through did the breakdown of, even if it was law enforcement that had turned it over, the most that they could do, the max is 5 days in jail and a fine.
Yeah, that's what they were saying on that video, and I'm like, okay. Like, I was thinking, like, how much time could this person get? I heard him say 5 days. I'm like, damn. But their careers cooked though.
Oh yeah.
They cooked their career
I hope
though.
you
That's
guys.
why do that.
While I was watching that, all I kept saying was, I hope you got enough money to make up for your career.
Right. You better have 2 million on deck.
Yeah, like you got. Did you give me a meal? Did you give him 2 meal, a meal, something? No.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well then, all right.
You said Hitler ordered
Not worth
prosecutors
it.
and defense attorneys to provide a list of everyone. Yeah, I was just reading that and I came back and you posted that right there. And Allison said they should never have taken the house down. Come on, we were advocates for that. I started up got like 14,000 signatures on it. And I just got an email the other day that said it got like 100 more.
I think Kohberger wrote something on the wall or something. I swear I do, because I'm telling you, they took that house down like it was like one of the victims. What?
Right? You know what I mean? They took that house down like they needed to clean some shit.
Yeah, like get this. I don't let these people see this shit.
That'll be sealed though, won't it? Yeah, more than likely. Public trust. Damn, it said people may lose confidence in the legal system. Do you trust a trial where media leaks key info before the courtroom does? Right.
No. The only thing that makes me, I'm tell you what makes me lose trust in the prosecution. I don't mean this prosecution. This prosecution has held better than anybody that I've known so far. So far, what my problem with prosecution, because I usually have a problem with them, is they go overboard and start acting like defense attorneys. There is no lie in a truth. There is no lie in the fact. Just all I want prosecutions ever to do is put their case forward. Just put your shit forward and knock the lies down and just keep it moving. All that extra hyperbole, like I'm watching the Karen Reed trial, I just want to smack this new prosecutor. But we're not talking about that. But I'm just saying, I want to smack them because you're going overboard and you're doing too much. And the judge, you's a bitch. You just going overboard too. Everybody going overboard when it's something simple as just whatever. But anyway, but when they don't do that, and they just stand like a superhero, like I got the truth and this is what it is. And no matter what it is, no matter who is coming at them, they just stay real still about it. That's when the prosecution has me, because I feel like at that point I can trust what you're saying, how you're saying it, because you're just confident in what you're saying. You don't have look. As far as the prosecution,
you want to hear? I gotta break these down. I want you to hear this too, because I want you to hear the possible scenarios that could happen from this, right? So the possible scenarios that could happen from this is, well, again, as the jury selection begins, Kohberger's defense team aggressively argues that the Deadline episode, loaded with leaked digital evidence, has poisoned the jury pool, and the provided data showing the episode was streamed millions of times, especially in Idaho. Now, listen to this. It says the judge agrees partially, and here's what could follow, and this is what we could be looking for very soon. So here's the 5. I think it's 5. So the trial moved out of Idaho. A judge declares it's impossible to find an impartial jury locally and moves the trial to a different county or state. That's a possibility. This would delay the trial and increase tension for victims' families who may have to travel and wait even longer for justice. And also, would you support the trial moving out of Idaho? I'm asking everybody in chat right now and you. Would you support the trial moving out of Idaho, or does that feel like justice being taken away from the community? What do you think?
I don't agree with it being taken out of Idaho. But I think If it were going to help the case, I would agree to it. But I feel like it's such a shame and it's messed up because if you kill somebody out here in Pittsburgh, we as Pittsburgh want to do something about it. You understand? I mean,
yeah, we want to blow a hole in your ass.
Yeah, don't just take the case away. Where the fuck is you know what I mean? That would
Right.
be, and from the family stance, I would be really, really hurt for them. And I hate that it would even possibly happen because they're really, really trying to make Steve Gonzalez into an enemy that he is not. Like I listened to that man, and I listened
the
to
dude's
that
fighting
woman.
for justice for his daughter. People need to get up off his nuts, man.
Yeah, like get the
You know? People,
hire attorney, and then I just start watching, and and that's the whole point. Because what would I do? And don't nobody say nothing to me behind what I'm gonna do. Because Steve leaves the impression for me, honestly, they better hope they get the case right. He would be the guy that if they had acquitted Bryan and he started coming down the steps, they better arrest Steve because he's gonna kill him. And then he's adamant about he loves his baby. That's a man that loves his family. And
right.
he has done as much as he could, and he is as defensive as he needs to be, and he's as offensive as he needs to be, and I like him. And I really don't understand how no one, like, they be like, why is Steve talking at 5 a.m. on the book? His daughter.
Right. Like, why the fuck else would he be talking?
Yeah, like, since when would I not be talking for my kid? And my kid is dead, and she's a beautiful girl. And she was doing
You know
what she had to
Steve
tell
is
me.
being her fucking voice, and if people don't like it, oh fucking well. Oh well.
Yeah, and that's crazy because
well.
do you not have children? Like, you know.
Man,
I got
like
kids.
the dude's getting battered for trying to, or not trying. He's doing the damn thing. And shout out to him and Christy for pulling through, and all the other families too that we don't see much of. We see a lot of Steve. We see Ethan's mom here and there, and dad here and there. Actually, I've seen him on a couple newer interviews as of recent. And you got Xana's, parents going through it. It's tough, man. These people lost, something precious to them. You got one. I think one was one the only. I think only kid. Was it Madison? The only.
Yeah.
Was it Madison?
Yeah.
Imagine you sitting there listening to a person say, "Man, I lost my only kid." Like,
yeah, it was Maddie.
That shit hits me different, man. When I sit there and listen to a man, you can see it in eye to eye, and I'm connecting that energy, even just just through the screen that I'm watching. And as a man, I cry, and people look at me like, "Damn,
right,
you're watching the show, dude." Like, nah, this is real life, bro. This is somebody that this man right here created, and she just got wiped off the earth by some fucking savage psycho piece of shit, and now he's got to sit around and get prolonged to go watch and get the little bit of justice and move on with his fucking life, so he's not being bothered by this incident no more, and reminded constantly that, hey, your daughter was killed by this monster right here, allegedly, right? But
right,
it's sad. And I'm pretty sure it was Madison's dad. And when I heard him, that dude just dropped me in tears. I couldn't help it. I would just
Kaylee got
cry my eyes out.
Got a brother, and because Kaylee has brothers and sisters, and Xana has a sister, so it's obviously Maddie, and she's the only other female.
So, and then they now going on to number 2, right? They're saying the defense or a major evidence get thrown out. Now we know that's a possibility. Are they going to throw out any of the leaked information that they brought out? It's a big possibility because of what happened. Now Then you got the gag order crackdown, which, come on, you've already had a fucking gag order crackdown, but it says the court launched a full investigation, which we know, and someone on the law enforcement or prosecution side could face criminal or civil penalties, 5 days in jail, whip the fucking Dude will go get another job. He could go DoorDash right now and make just as much money as he probably is making right now. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, seriously, I was looking at my shit. It was like, do you make more than me? I'm like, well, you could do the same thing, bro. What are you talking about?
Like you're when you ask me about, like, if I went 10 straight hours, I know I would make some money, but
I don't stop till I hit 500 a day. I hit 500 every day, 7 days a week. 5, 5, 5, 5. That's what I aim for anyway.
All right,
That's I don't stop till I hit 5. And it's usually between the 10th and I think 14th hour. So you know what I'm saying? It can vary. I mean, sometimes you can get it quicker. But back to the case again. This might shake public confidence in the case and shift media attention away from Kohberger onto the legal system itself. I don't think so about that. I mean, come on, this dude. No way. And it says appeal proofing the case. The court may take extra precautions, and even if Kohberger is convicted, to make the case appeal proof, and that means tighter evidence control, stricter jury instructions, and a longer trial process, which means now the trial might be, 8 months. No, you never know.
Right.
They're predicting between 6 to 8 months. That's crazy. What? 6 to 8 months?
Yeah.
Are these delays worth it if it means no appeal later? Now, this is my question. Again, are these delays worth it if it means no appeals later? Or is justice being dragged out too long? I personally think justice is being dragged out too long. Like, this shit should have been commenced.
Yeah. Because I watched the whole murder, conviction, and death all behind this case, and it's over and done with dudes in jail.
Up to the judge.
But my thing is this: it'll get there when it get there. Because look, what's his name? What's the boy name? Ryan W. Melly.
Yeah,
He's been going on for year after year after year. So it is what it is.
Misguided young man. I personally think he did that, John.
Oh, what, the Ryan W. Melly? Oh, yeah, he did it, but all they've been doing is putting it off until his fandom runs down so that they can run his ass up. But, at the end of the day, my thing is this. If you don't have the evidence, you just don't go to jail. Exactly. If you got the evidence, I don't give a fuck if it's leaked. You're going to jail.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Like, it's about the evidence for me. The law doesn't make me or break me one way or the other. What breaks me is always the evidence. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not a prosecution person. We know this. I've been to prison. I'm not the biggest on prosecution. I trust what they'll do, that they do what they did to me in the federal court. Now, the defense, I'm not always for the defense either, because they just let any old criminal get away with any old criminal thing. But it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't know. I just be like, I just go with the evidence. Evidence is evidence, no matter which way you put it. You know what I mean?
And that in Pittsburgh, I mean, I know people like, oh, but this touches this, that. When I hear DNA, I'm following it until it gets fucking dismissed out of there. When it gets taken out, then I have to look around and see what's going on within the case of, other evidence, what's adding up. But we got DNA to a guy. We got somebody who's been at this location so many different times. You got what looks like his vehicle circling around. You got pictures of allegedly him coming out and going there. You got and not pictures, video. You got there's just so much. And for me to believe it was not Bryan, I would have to see a totally different person who could never be Bryan on that camera. Right. You know what I mean? Right. And if you can't tell, it doesn't matter. Like they probably have, to be honest with you, they probably got his license plate with how many different, cameras they got out here and how good these cameras are.
Like that. And why was he taking pictures of his license plate and the license plate change? And was just like, what is going on with this dude in his brain? Like at this point, I just want to know what's going on with his head. Like, what are you thinking? Everything, what are you thinking? I just need to know what it is that you're thinking. Like, why the picture with the thumbs up?
Thinking,
like I already know he's guilty, so I'm not a would they be like pro burger? Or anti or guilt or whatever they be saying. No, I'm just reality. And when I watch and I see, okay, he's guilty, but now why? Why did he do this? Like, I'm more of, let's dig into his brain. Let's find out, what was he thinking? How do we stop this from happening in one of these children again? And
right.
Like, that's all the things that I do. And so I'm looking at all this shit he's done through the whole case, and I'm just like, hey, yo, God. Why and how did he get to be so demented? Like everybody's right. He is a smart human being. Maybe not a genius. They're like, oh, if he's so smart, why do you think that he did? Well, shit, he's smart. He's not street smart. Street smart, you don't get no degree.
Man, he was so smart that he tricked himself out of the position of being a fucking teacher to falling right into the jail cell.
Yeah. That's how smart his goofy ass is. Like, he's a
Go ahead.
Goof.
Oh,
But you're right. Smart, Like, but what does that mean? You can't. I can't explain it.
Donald
You
Trump.
can't
This message.
turn around and I'm sorry, ain't no book gonna teach you verbatim what to do in a crime. And his goofy ass, he fucking left the K-bar behind. He done sat down. He done killed more people than he could handle. He done got seen. He done circled the house. Like, it's like he didn't even see his own stupid ass behavior the whole time he's doing it. Or did he see it and know it was going to happen, and that's why he sat down, because he thought the police was coming? You know what I mean?
No doubt. This shit is just, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't think we'll ever get it. I don't know why. I feel like he's done it before, allegedly. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. I feel like he's done this shit before. I feel like he, maybe just upgraded this time.
Brad?
Allegedly. That's what I do got to say. Gotta sucia colibola. Why you hang up on me? I'm getting so sick and tired about these people. Hanging up on me? That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. No, I'm just playing. All right. Shout out to Pittsburgh. I don't know what happened. I think she banged on me, She bonged on me. Bongo, bango, bongo. We've been here for what? 3 hours? Damn. Don't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it, y'all. You know what I mean? Make sure you come in, smash that like button. Okay. You're here on Detective Stokey Pickens live YouTube channel. I got my badge today, my baloney badge. I know how to make a sandwich at your kitchen window. You know what I mean, pal? Great live. Got to start grinding. Yeah. I need to start cooking up some content. On top of content, I need to actually get back out in the field a little bit. But shit, I gotta get back in the car. What are we talking about? I'm about to get a crazy settlement though. Cross my fingers. And I'm going to Jamaica. I'm going to Jamaica or something, yo. I need a vacation, right? Now I'm going to Hawaii or something. Mark my words. After this one, imagine busting your ass. You go bust your ass for weeks and weeks and weeks. You finally get it. You walk in, you buy your new car, you walk out. 2 days later, you're crossing this fucking light, and this chick just flies across the light, a Texas driver, and smokes your shit. Bam! Totals it. You know what I mean? Oh my God, talk about being
Till I make my own up and down like a Mac.
You know what I mean?
I did everything right, and they indicted me.
That shit's funny. Just Jen, thank you for the 28 months. And as one, the 29, I appreciate you guys. Damn, that's a long fucking time. I got to think of other like things to give you guys. I want to send something in my appreciation to you guys. It's like fucking 28 months, 26, 16. That's crazy to be here that long. Thank you guys for supporting me for that long. For real. I'm putting up with my shit for that fucking long. You must love me. God dang. You know what I mean?
A straight snitch.
I've been awake. I really need to let that man cook. You know what I mean? I got to get up in the kitchen and let that man cook. I didn't even know I had that one on. Let that man cook. That's one of my favorites. He said, don't worry about it. What do you mean, don't worry about us? What do you mean, Gypsy? I gotta worry about you guys. You can't. That's like meeting people and you know they become your family, and it's like all of a sudden your back turns to this. Nah, man, there's people I care about. A lot of you guys, for real. So like a lot of you guys have gotten me through some of the toughest times in my life and don't even fucking know. You just have no idea. Yeah, I got smoked. My ear is blown right now. My eardrum got blown. I can't really hear out of it that good. What do you mean? I gotta go. I'm about to go right now. I'm thinking about going to the dealership because I'm about to get some settlement shit. But that's funny. You so glad you were getting compensated. Rex are scary and do call. Yeah, I know. I've been having RLS really bad. I've been having a hard time sleeping. Can't wait. We love you. I appreciate you, my friend. Rep game strong. Hits from the bone. Stalky Pickens Cracker Jack badge. That boy, man. All that shit that he tried to do to me. Remember Todd? I remember that shit. I was like, man, Todd, you know, I remember he was trying to like T-REV, child support, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm over here with custody and shit, chilling with my kid. Like, what? Like, this dude does it. Like, this dude's an idiot. Like, if you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, you probably shouldn't fucking come out and make accusations that you just don't know about. But yeah, it was a car. I busted my ass for it. Civic, right? Weeks and weeks and weeks and grinding. Finally got into it. I was paying $500 a week for like 18 weeks, y'all. I'm renting a vehicle for $500 a week for fucking 18 weeks. Add that up. I'm showing this to these places like, yo, you know I could be paying for a fucking car? Like, what are we talking about? I mean, I'm paying $500 a week and still making $2,000, but still have to bust ass. Got to bust ass. Hong Kong phony. You say couldn't have killed those victims in time. A lot of the back unknown DNAs too, and plus mixed profile under. Oh yeah, the fingernail. Did he supposedly he had like a Dickies jack? I forget, a Dickies suit, right? That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, hopefully we do get compensated. You want to hear some fucked up shit, y'all? Before I take off, because I got to go take care of a few things. I'm gonna chop it up with you guys for a minute. You want to hear this shit? This chick smashed me 2 days after I get the whip. You know what my insurance company did to me yesterday? They canceled the service. They canceled the insurance in the middle of a claim. Like, what's going on? How do you cancel a service in the middle of the claim? I'm suing your fucking ass off and you just don't even know. I got a lawyer day one. Straight up. What's up, Captain Jenks in the building? What's up, my brother? How you doing? I'm chilling for a little bit, but I'm about to get on. I have to go take care of some things here in a minute. So I'm just chop it up and catch up with you guys for a minute before I head out. And I'm just saying though, like, how does the insurance company do that? Right? Like, isn't that what do we call it? Hold up. What do we call it? This is what I was looking it up and shit, and I wrote my lawyer. I said, I told my lawyer, I said, all right, here we go. Direct Auto tried to debit the premium on May 20th, and it failed because my deposit hadn't hit yet. But instead of retrying the next day, when my blank cleared, when my something and 100 something cleared, They just hit me with a $25 NSF fee and later marked the attempt as if it happened on the 21st. Now, the funny thing about it is on the 21st, my account had money all in it. Like, what are we talking about? But instead, that's false. They never retried. Hold on. I said they never retried the payment once my funds were available. And when they canceled my policy and denied my claim, to make it worse, they still have $30 draft scheduled for June, which is true. They still, like, how you going to cancel the policy but not cancel all of it and leave a couple charges in there? So I said to her, I was like, this shows clear bad faith, manipulation of transaction records, and ongoing financial harm. I want to pursue this to the fullest extent. That's what I said. And I am. Fuck that. I'm pursuing it all the way. Insurance company sucks. I dealt with them for decades when I owned the body shop. Oh, damn. You said I couldn't hear you, so I hung up. That's because my damn mic's doing some dumb shit. I'm going to have to switch it up or move this around or maybe get the other focus right, Scarlett. I don't know. I'll figure it out, though. They can reinstate the fuckers. No, they won't let you reinstate this. Look, let me show you. Hold up. Right? Let me show you right now. They tried to play like I didn't have the money in there when I did. I think that's funny. And they marked it on the 21st. It's like, oh, we tried to hit it for 150. Yeah, okay. When 150 was in there enough multiple times, you could have got 150 3 times. Shit, maybe 4. It says right here, look, the policy associated with your account was canceled. Reinstatement is not an option, but we would be happy to help you find a new policy. What do you mean reinstatement's not an option? It was right away for Progressive. Like, what are we talking about? Let me know about that Mac. I'm interested. I got you, Gypsy. What's up? What's up? I got that Mac right here. I'll sign that bitch and send it to you. What's going on? It's in the other room right now. I am getting rid of it. That's the only reason I let people know, because some people wanted to. What was it? I'm trying to remember what they wanted to get off me. It was the Mac before, but it was something else too. They were like, if you're ever going to get rid of that, let me know. I was like, all right. They were like, I like that. I'm like, okay. You want the Mac that I got, that I recorded all my shit? I recorded 3 albums on that Mac in the other room. The biggest scam in the world, insurance companies. Huh. I got you. Okay, Jip. Shit. I'll pack it up, send it to you, whatever. Shit. Let me know. I'll get it over to you ASAP. 2019. It's older, right? It's 2019, but it's still good. I just don't want to. I don't know. I'm over it. It doesn't work good enough on my studio program anymore, so I'm good. But yeah, it says this, right? It says your policy was canceled, right? That's totally fucking illegal, in my opinion. I mean, didn't they just break a law by doing that, right? So I was looking it up. Let me see. This is what they said. I don't know if any of you got any experience with insurance companies or know what's up, but it's saying that's bad intention or bad something, bad faith. So they're calling it bad faith. I think that's what it is. Put this here. Email this actual. I said, okay. So I immediately, as soon as I seen this, I hit up my lawyer. I said, I wanted to make sure this is officially on record. Direct Auto attempted to debit my premium on May 20th, but it failed because my deposit hadn't cleared yet. And I said, however, instead of retrying the payment the next day, when my $295 deposit and $1,000 deposit was available, they charged me a $25 NSF fee and never attempted the withdrawal again, right? They later marked the attempt as if it happened on the 21st, which is inaccurate, and they never retried the payment once the funds were in my account. Then they used that situation to cancel my policy and deny my claim entirely. To make it worse, they still have a $30 draft scheduled for June, even though the policy is supposedly canceled, and shows me that message when I open the app. This appears to be clear bad faith, manipulation of transaction records, and an ongoing effort to avoid responsibility. It's causing serious financial harm to me and my family, and I would like to pursue this to the fullest extent possible. I said, thank you for all the great work you've been doing on my case. And please let me know the next step I need to take. And if we can also request an emergency advance to help me get back on the road, I would appreciate it. And that's what I said, straight up. Let me know what you think about that. I cooked it up. Yeah, phone. Yeah, we got the phone line, man. You can always call, If you want to catch me real quick, what's going on? You said, why do you think Luigi has so many supporters? Probably because he makes a few women wet or something, and they want to have sex. That's my personal opinion. I'm just shooting it straight. I'm shooting it straight out there like that. Yeah, that's my personal thoughts on what I think about it. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know where that came from. But first thoughts, as soon as I read it, he said that is a bad faith practice. Damn, they canceled it on purpose just so they could deny it. It's crazy. Gotta go, Rev Gang. Gotta cut some hair. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate you, my friend. Have a good day too, Talina. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Hold on, who we got right here? 908. It's never too late. You're on the show. How you doing today, there, partner? You hear me?
Hello?
What's going on there, partner? Is this Captain Jenks?
Yeah, it's Craig. How are you, brother?
I'm Long John Silvers with the Long John Silver Service. You came by the shop yesterday and bought a couple hush puppies. Would you like a little bit of tartar sauce on this?
No, I don't do tartar sauce, man.
No, I'm just playing. What's going on, brother? What's up, man?
Same old shit. Nothing but headaches all the time,
We was in here chopping up the new stuff brought up on the Kohberger case, and it's like get to the fucking trial.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's time. It's time to get to the trial. And you remember in the beginning, Trev, when I told you, it was like when they first caught Kohberger, and I said to you. You were talking about we were on the live, right? And we're talking, and am I coming in okay? Because I got a brand new phone, and this thing is driving me crazy. I bought the top of the line iPhone, whatever the hell it is. But you remember in the beginning when they finally, we talked before they caught Kohberger, they arrested him, and then they did the search warrants. You remember?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I said to you,
we were on stream. I think the first place that we caught them going to was his apartment.
Right, and then they said they found a knife, and then it just says the knife, and then it has one knife that was like more in detail, Smith & Wesson, blah, 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 whatever it was, right? Mm-hmm. And I asked you if they found a knife sharpener, and a knife sharpener block. Actually, I asked you online, over the phone. I says, because somebody that would do this would have want that thing super sharp, like condescending on doing an act. You know what I mean? Doesn't point guilt or nothing, because a lot of people buy them. They buy the knife sharpener and everything, and there was no knife sharpener. I don't think the PCA from Pennsylvania either had a knife sharpener found. So all of a sudden there's one ordered, but that's missing. The knife is missing. Knife and sheath are missing. Everything is missing. The balaclava, the hoodie mask, whatever, that's missing. So, there's a lot of things in there, point to guilt. And then there's a lot of things, there are some things that come up that give you a sense of, like, proving not guilty. And then there's a lot of stuff that proves guilt. Like, first of all, you got a guy driving around in a car, supposedly it's this white Hyundai Elantra. So people are talking about a green Hyundai Elantra and other stuff now. I don't know. But yeah. And then there's if you don't have a
Captain Jenks said he was driving around in a green enchilada.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
So I don't know. So I don't know what's going on. I mean, there's so many hearings for like to try to like get him out of the death penalty and you know and everything else. And the one thing too is like, you know, gets me is trying to fight the death penalty before there's a conviction is weird to me. You know, it's like, okay, you're promoting innocence. This guy didn't did it. You know, he didn't do it. He's not there. He's, you know, driving around. He's stargazing, whatever. And then all of a sudden, like, you know, we want the death penalty off the table. We want, well, your guy's innocent. After a conviction, then you fight that. But you don't, you know, I don't know. To me, that shows like, you know, it shows more guilt than anything. But you're trying to protect your client on all ends, or they want a plea deal. I don't know. I think my theory is he's going to can his attorneys. That is my theory. And you heard me say this years ago.
Yeah. You did say that. You did say that.
And people rip me a new asshole for that. I mean, like, people are ripping me for that, saying that. Like, you know, he's going to can his attorney.
At the time, and those are probably the same motherfuckers that are ripping their own ass right now because he's getting his boots smoked.
Yeah, and then you got. Remember when I called in the house? Remember when they were tearing down the house? I called in and I go, "This is so bad, T-REV. This is so bad." I was like, "University should have done this," and they're not doing no memorial there. That's going to wind up being an income-producing property. You know, they got like T-REV, they got like 400 and something thousand. I don't even, the numbers might even be more than that to do a memorial and donations to the university for these 4 students, right?
Right.
And they put some plaques up and whatever, but they were supposed to do something on that property, and there's nothing there. And that has nothing to do with Kohberger right now. That is just a memorial to them passing away there, right?
Right.
So you can't say now I'm going to do the memorial after the trial, or I'm not going to do a memorial there. But and remember what I said too is that property, if the university got that for free, it was donated to them.
Right.
They went and knocked it down right away, which they shouldn't have. And they put an income-producing property there. Anything that produces income, that's bad. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty bad. Right. But yeah. I don't know, man. This thing is. If this was in a different area, a remote location, it had nothing to do connection with the university or anything like that, it would go totally different.
Bro, it's a straight up shit show.
Oh, it's like
this is a postponed shit show. A piece of rice could fall in the fucking middle of the courtroom right now, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, bring the ambulance in. We gotta call this until September 15th." Yeah, like, come on, bro, get the fuck out of here and get this trial on the road.
Well, let me
these families.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think? Do you think the venue change worked in the defense's favor or against them? Do you think the defense regrets doing the venue change? Because they got a new judge, right? So the new judge is like, no, it's not like
judge is. I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like this judge really is fair. Like, I see him down the middle, man. You get what I'm saying?
Straight shooter.
I see him a straight shooter. That's what I see from this judge.
Yeah.
I really like that because, again, then you got nobody who can't really. Oh well, he was biased to that. Like, no, he seems as a fair person that is taking what is brought in front of him and he is assessing it as it's brought to him. And he seems like a fair person. He's making the right. That's why he's the judge. He's making the right decisions on everything that he's seeing, or he's trying to make the best that he can, and he's doing it. He's not doing it out of favor. He's doing it out of what makes sense, which is only right. Correct?
Yeah, you think this judge is... I like this judge, right? I like him.
Straight shooter.
You like him better? Yeah, you like him better than the first judge. You think he's doing the right thing, the second judge.
Man, that other judge was a fucking shit show.
He just rolled, like, with everything. Like, okay. This one is like, no, you know? And now you have alternate suspects. Now all of a sudden, okay, now you have autism, you have stargazing, you have driving around, okay, we admit it. You have DNA on the knife sheath, not on the door switch, not on the doorknob, but on the knife sheath, okay? And then everything the first judge is rolling around. This one is like, all right, now you're bringing another hearing in, and then you want to see more evidence. So, you know, bring me evidence that before I drag someone else's name through the mud, you know what I mean? Like, put on that they're, you know, give me some kind of evidence that I could bring into court to show that someone possibly else could have done it or other people could have done it. Bring me evidence. And people are bad-mouthing the new judge for saying that, but he's right. You can't just bring in a theory and then just say these people probably did it, not him, to bring reasonable doubt. You got to, like, yeah, I mean, like, you got to do the right thing. I mean, you have to have some kind of evidence that's like, okay, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Okay, we'll bring it in and see what happens. You know what I mean? So it's, oh man, what a shit show.
I know, it's a shit show, like the dude who keeps joining on these accounts over and over again just to get one fucking word off, just to get blocked. I mean, the guy sits around in the same boxers all fucking day long. He smells like Funyun and hippopotamus shit mixed with horse shit, and it just his life consists of remaking an account just to get into T-REV's chat, just to say, "Thank you, you're fucking," like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. These people are crazy, bro. Like, they got time. These are fucking paid trolls, dedicated hustlers.
Oh man, you should see some of the politics stuff and other stuff with the people that, oh man, it's bad. You ain't the only one, man. You ain't the only one.
A Fritos bag.
I don't want that. I don't want your job. I don't want your job, podcaster. I don't want that shit. Yeah, people are great. People are crazy.
People need
man,
help,
you know?
man. Some people are a little slow. They just need help. They need a little pickup.
Attention, you know.
I love them. But come sit on my lap. Come sit on Daddy's lap. I'll talk to you. I'll read you a book. I got time.
So what happened, man? Your car got hit, or what happened?
I just had busted my ass. Was saving up. I saved up. Finally saved up. Got the car. Locking insurance. We're good. I'm grinding. Right. 2 days in. I wake up. Normal day. Get dressed. Brush my teeth. Head out the door. Boom. So I'm going down. I get down. I start working. Right. Hit my first one. Make a right, come out of the pizza place, make a right, then make one more right, and I'm going down the street, and I see it's green for me. I go, and I look to my left, bro, and there's a fucking car flying at me full speed, smokes me right on the side of the doors, on driver's side, blew my eardrum immediately. My chest gets all fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, it was crazy, man.
Yeah, I know.
Straight up totaled my shit.
They totaled the car, the insurance?
Right away, bro. Like, it was like straight up totaled it, bro.
All the airbags were out then, the side and all that, right?
3 of them. 3 airbags went off. One smacked me right in the face. Bow! I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
Pretty violent,
I
isn't
still
it?
get out the whip. I still get out like, fuck, like trying to.
No, that knocked the hell out of you. And what did they do? They canceled your insurance, your own insurance company? Hello?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Hello?
Yeah. I'm happy with my lawyer. They're doing a really good job, it seems like, right now.
Yeah. Did he tell you to make a claim?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for calling. I appreciate it. God bless you, man. You have a wonderful day. Thank you. I'm calling Morgan. Ooh, hold up. My lawyer just hit me up just now.
Yeah.
I thought she did. Hold up, what's going on? I literally
They canceled your insurance though, you said, right?
Bro, like make that make sense, dude. Oh wow. Yeah, I need to go call my lawyer. What's going on, Big Dirty? Damn, Big Dirty.
Yeah. You need to go to the bank insurance commission.
Let's see what's going on.
Make a claim.
Why can't I hear her? She talks very low, bro. What? Like, why is it super low like that? Yeah, I gotta go call my lawyer. She called twice. She must have got something going on.
It's good.
I need to go. Yeah, I gotta go twerk something back out, man. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Sorry that happened. It sucks, Steffi, for real. And right now I'm trying to get back up and rolling after grinding that ass off just to get that. I don't know what's going on, but it does look like I might get something fat on this. I don't know. We'll see. But I appreciate you, man. I'll be back on later on though. I'm gonna come back on again. You'll see me. So
no, I'll talk to you soon. Whatever.
Yeah, no doubt. Don't let yeah, no doubt, bro. I'm gonna friggin' go call this lawyer because she just called me and I think she's calling again. Yeah, I'm gonna holler at you, bro. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Shout out to you. Make sure you hit the like button. We will be back on live, taking them phone calls, chilling, doing open panels and shit like that. I'll be on when I can. Definitely still working, but yes, you will see me. I love you guys. And you know how we end it. I appreciate you, Chris. No doubt, brother. You know how we ended though. There ain't no way. We ain't changing that. What are we talking about?
Allegedly.
I need this joint. I need to at least run, you know? Where's it at? Come on, man. Spin this shit for him one time.
Yeah. Man, you know, I've been waking up these last couple days and just not feeling like myself. Feeling deep down with this depression in my mental health. You know, I know we all feel that way. I've talked to a lot of people in the Rev gang and I know they feel like that too. And that's why a lot of us relate. You know, we felt that pain. We wake up every day and stand up for those who feel it also. This is more than a movement. I really love this shit. I put my heart and soul into it too. Look, man, let's get to it. Wake up every day, going through depression. Learned another lesson as I count my blessings. Rise above the pain, make a new impression. Backs turn on me for the fame, casting shadows of doubt every time that you speak on my name. But I won't be a stepping stone for the clout or the fame. When the truth comes to light, the face will burn out in a shame. I'll keep rising above while they stay stuck in the game. Turning every light of fuel for my flame. Never flaunting my wealth, but still played in the game. Boy, gave from my heart just to get stabbed in my back. Now I'm treated like an enemy, cause loyalty they lack. Jealous of my rise, envious of my path. While they plot and scheme, I keep my goals intact. The envy fuels my drive, ignites my inner wrath. Facing all odds, I'll never let them pass. Bringing light to the lost, the ones we need to find. Families torn apart, left broken behind. Just some felon kids who vanish in the night. We'll keep raising our voice until we make it right. Voice of the voiceless, echoes in the dark, shining through the shadows, igniting every spark. Together we'll stand strong, never back down. Fighting for justice until the lost is found. Haters throw the shade, they try to drag me down, but I rise above the lies and wear my strength like a crown. The weight will feel my fire, but can't dim my glow. Every step I take forward leaves them stuck at the dope. Innocent lives lost, kids gone without a trace. We fight for justice every day to bring light to the case. Too many tears shed, too many hearts torn apart. We won't rest till we bring peace to every heart. You don't need anyone to pave your way. You've got the strength to rise and slay. Remember, success is in your hands, and the love from your true ones is all you need to stand. That's a fact. When the world tries to bring you down, Just look around and wear your crown. You've got the fire, the drive, the spark to light up your night. Look, stay ahead of the fate. Keep your balance up straight. Don't let a sucker in your circle that just turns to a snake. I remember when you were here but couldn't look me in the face. If you want what I got, you gotta really feel the pain, boy. It takes commitment. You really gotta love what you pitch. This ain't a job to me. I wake up and really live this. I feel the pain from these victims. That's why I stay to myself, cause all they want is your wealth. They see you getting money, then they start to want it themselves. That's not what it's about. You're thinking of clout while the mission's making a change for the families losing a mouth. I used to be the person with no voice. It was like I was silenced from the start, really with no choice. And if I could go back, I would hug my mom and help everyone off drugs so nothing would go wrong. We were failed by the system, voices never mentioned. People doing dope, dying in my kitchen. CPS at the door cause somebody called the system. What you know about failing with a family with no vision. Grew up in the hood, never knew what love was. Always waiting for my dad by the window like a bus. I evolved into me and found out what love was. I ain't letting off the brakes until God picks me up. Boy, I'm parking on these haters, staying in my path. I jumped on the mower cause I had to cut the grass. Every time I see you hate, it makes me wanna laugh. Cause you're jealous of my grind and try to emulate my craft. All of you are weak, fucking bullies of the weak. Waking up every day, trying to walk us like we're sheep. I got my eyes open so I close them when you speak. Cause you really don't exist if you're something I don't see, boy. To my people standing tall, don't ever lose sight. Keep pushing through the darkness until you reach the light. Don't let the haters be your downfall. Rise above their game.
Said that it's, that's him 100%. I mean, without me hearing his voice, I'm like, it's unconfirmed. But if you got friends that knew him and grew up with him saying it's confirmed, then I gotta say, hey, yeah, this is probably Bryan Kohberger. But I did send it into the FBI. I did clip that. I also went through 80,000 phone calls, found the number, sent it into the FBI as well. And they have that, and hopefully they get down to that information.
Good. Do you know that they are in receipt of it? Did they come back to you at all?
I know they have it. I've never got an email back yet. Without me hearing his voice, I'm like, it's unconfirmed. But if you got friends that knew him and grew up with him saying it's confirmed, then I gotta say, hey, yeah, this is probably Bryan Kohberger.
What in the hell is going on in here, y'all? You know what's going on?